it, boys. I'm the biggest, so I'm the boss. Yeah, which button makes this thing go? Send me to the fight!
What's happening? What's going on? Where are we going?
Fox is the biggest and the strongest. Tell the other boys! Fighting and winning!
Please, no more kiss.
Oi, oi, oi. Welcome, boys. It's Goji once again, coming at you with some capture point land battle mod replays here. That was a mouthful, but yes, we're doing it. Currently, I believe the Human Boys streaming. I just don't even have the game running. Currently, Human Boys streaming a tournament, so it was, and I didn't know he was doing that. I don't know. But we're updating the mod before a tournament that we're gonna be hosting tomorrow, so I figured we'd get some replays streamed and out there for y'all to see. While it's still the current version. Yes. So let's go load up the game here. Talk a little shit. And then, get into the replays. I believe. Ooh, do I need to insert some replays? Perhaps I do. I might need to do that. Yes. It's okay. We can do that. I think while we're still running the game. I believe. Yes. Is this rude? All right. Yes. Get you over here. There we go. Alrighty. I believe we can just put on the game background here while I go derp around. I'm derping, hard derping. And we're gonna be getting our little stream on soon. Once I get my shitaru together. Come. You get to about a blue. Okay, I mean, I think that's pretty much. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay, need a couple more things real quick, guys, before we start. Let's see what else, some of these might be we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. These replays are duplicates or not, because I'm getting multiple sources of them. Okay, good. Then we slap these into the replays folder. Bam. Okay. Hopefully that takes in game. Let's find out. Yeah, it does. Excellent. Okay, and we should be able to load it even though we just put those in. We should be good to go. All right. Yes. Let's see. I think there's a couple. Okay, this one's versus Umas. Okay. So we'll do a couple series here. I think there's some Umas. Okay, there's the double. So we have Umas versus Freeman. Umas versus another RTK guy. Umas versus Legio. And then this is a little series from Umbrella. So I guess we'll start with the series from Umbrella first, I think, guys. That is what we will do. And then there should be... No. Okay. Guess they're... Yeah, I guess those replays are from a different version. Okay. Yes. You want to play? I'll load up our mod. Your mod. I'm actually off 4 days finally. How's your big black magic deck? My magic deck's coming along fine, man. Don't worry about the magic decks, okay? Don't worry about the Magic the Gathering. I'm gathering my power. Yeah, we could play some matches. Let me do a couple games to warm up, replays or whatever, and then we'll be being chilling. Need a few anyways. Perfect. Okay, let me get to the options and see if our whatever our controls are correct. They are not. I go like right there. I think we probably have debug cam on too, so we'll just make it work though. We will roll with the punches on these ones. Okay. Let's start with this one. Ogres, or game one. Tomb Kings versus Wood Elves. Umbrella versus dwarfs require no skill. Gets the hands all warm. Yep, exactly. You know. Not so much the clicking finger, but at least your movement, you know. The movement is need some reps, you know, before we get into the real shit. All right, so let's see. We got Archon versus a generic spell singer of some kind. Let's see if she's mounted or what she's doing. You don't really need to be mounted against TK, but you can. All right. So, yeah, that's a little slow. Get the controls on it a little faster. Okay, there we go. I don't mind this at all. Alright, so we have an HQ of Arkin the Black. He's got the Liber Mortis, Staff of Nagash, Tomb Blade of Arkin, classic Skeleton Warrior summon, Aspect of the Dread Knight, which gives magic and terror, and I guess some leadership, Fate of Buna, and Spirit Leech, good damage spells. I don't think he has any other heroes, so I think we're just going to go to kind of like monstrous stuff. We got one Necropolis Knight, and then the Eyes of the Desert Sepulchral Stalkers with really good missile damage there. Is Archon on foot? Or no, he's on either horseback or horseback, yep. We got 2 Skeleton Horsemen. Do we have 4 Skeleton Horsemen? We have 5, 2 of them being Nehekara Horsemen. I almost said Nekekar. The Nekex. And we have 1, 2, 3... three skeleton warriors, yep, and 2 spearmen, and then 1 of the Scorpion Legion, and that'll be around that build out. Aside, I guess, from the Carrion. Almost forgot the Carrion. For the good old Wood Elves, we got the Spell Weaver, not a Spell Singer, a Spell Weaver, and we got the Earth Blood and the Flesh to Stone with the Life Bloom, with the Arcane Conduit on the Great Eagle. Very lovely. Don't think we have any other characters for the Wood Elves. We are just looking at some juicy War Dancers, 2 of them, or is that 3 of them? and then 3 dryads as well, accompanied by a bunch of cav. We have 4, 5 glade riders, 2. Ooh, is that also 4? Yeah, and then 4 wild riders. So a lot of cav here. A lot of cav for the wood elves. Which isn't the worst to clear like Tomb King's chaff, but like the squishiness of wild riders, like they're just not. I don't think in game 3 they're as potent as they used to be. I think they can be very good against like, you know, obviously like other lower tier cav, and you know, as long as they get their charge, they're winning like a lot of engagements. But soon after, they just start taking lots of damage because of their lack of armor, and you know, the melee defense is alright, but it's not like that great considering how much the unit costs, right? Glade Riders charging in to blunt the charge of Skeleton Horsemen. I actually don't know who wins. I'd assume the Glade Riders win, but that's just because I think Skeleton Spearmen or the Skeleton Horsemen are a little more expensive. Some of the Glade Riders and Wild Riders crashing into the Skeleton Warriors. Yo, what is crazy terrain on a land battle map? I know, what is this wild terrain? Nehekar Horsemen staying in combat with the Glade Riders. I guess they are beating them up. Or, yeah, the Nehekar Horsemen definitely will. Front line of Tomb Kings pushing in here, past the tree line with Archon chilling in the back. Sepulchre Stalkers apparently unloading some into the Wild Riders. Very good, even with the trees blunting their missiles. It's very potent missiles here. Oh, yeah, just, oh god, as they're running and they fly off their deer. That is sad to see, but pretty badass nonetheless. Yeah, they're going to lose if they get shot up to pieces like that. They're just too squishy. I really do prefer the Stag Knights. They're really strong. Good thing about the War Dancers, though, is they're going to cleave through pretty much most things in this build that the Tomb Kings have brought, aside from, you know, cycle charging like Horsemen or maybe some of the Necropolis Knights, which I don't know where they went. Okay, here's the Necropolis Knights. They're a little singled out here, actually. The Carrion are going to come support. If we look here, yeah, so we can see all the cav surrounding the Necropolis Knights. And the War Dance is getting there. It's not good for them. They should probably try to disengage as soon as possible. Even if they can just get alone with the Wild Riders is good. And this rear charge might actually do a lot of damage. Let's see. Boom. Not as much as you would think. Okay, they're getting in there. I don't think they got the full surround. That's good stuff. Ooh, but the Nehekar Horsemen piling in, so just a pile on. Looks like the cav presence has been nullified over on this flank, but they kind of shifted over here as well. Necropolis Knights are taking a lot of damage. You Shabdi summoned to inundate even more. So this is a big old blob, and the War Dancers will put in work, but like the rest of this is kind of favored for the tankier Tomb Kings, you know? Like, it's just, the Wild Riders are very high value, and they're very squished, so you're just losing like a lot of value every time these guys are stuck in combat, like taking damage. Even though they were putting in work and probably, hey, maybe you can get these Necropolis Knights. It looks like they're stabilizing though, sadly. And they are getting like surrounded by other Tomb Kings units to keep them from taking maximum damage. Ooh, Goaty doesn't mess around. Yeah, I don't mess around, bud. I'm fully serious, full chubbed all the time. Eyes of the Desert coming in to smack down on that Spellweaver, waddling away with the little pigeon animations. Necropolis Knights still fucking alive, man. These things are so tanky, and I mean, it's partially due to Tomb King's healing, but I mean, you're always going to have that, right? So, really good stuff, and those Wild Riders are going to lose the attrition fight. War Dancers should be putting in decent work, but it is a lot of armored targets, and they don't have any good armor-piercing source of damage, so it's going to be rough. Blah, blah, blah. You caught Nurgle's diseases? Ooh. Well, don't catch too many diseases. Don't infect my stream, buddy. The Nurgle bots will come. Alright, well, this is actually kind of interesting. Late game, there's a lot of infantry left for the Wood Elves and some mobility left for the Tomb Kings. They have the good old King Nikesh's Scorpion Legion to fall upon in times of woe, but they will get absolutely destroyed by the War Dancers, if not immediately over time. Man, these guys are not taking a lot of damage. 42 melee defense, I guess, is pretty strong, but I mean, that's still up against what? Okay, only 53, or wait, 53 melee attack. So, I mean, this is pretty good. Like, these guys should be getting chopped up if they're surrounded by, like, higher tier infantry. They're just really tanky. Like, holy shit. There's a lot of War Dancers. I don't know if you can clear all the War Dancers, being real. I'm not sure. Like, with the Spellweaver alive and all the infantry alive, I'm not sure if he can actually clear all this stuff. And definitely maybe not clear it in time. Maybe if he could cheese... I'm not sure. Not exactly sure. I think it would be hard-pressed unless he had some pretty, like, stupid magic. Unless he randomly brought Black Sun, you know, or Purple Sun of Zarius, and just, like, somehow the Vortex just blew up all of his infantry, and then cycle charge with Cav and Eyes of the Desert might work. Dryads, actually just putting in work, beating up the Carrion and Skeleton Horsemans, and the Spellweaver coming in on the Eyes of the Desert, dealing even more damage. These guys are getting stuck and chopped down. Chop that construct down, because it is going... It looks like almost a crumbling, like quick, as these War Dancers chase them through the forest, where they are probably not the quickest moving because they have to move around trees and stuff. So, yike. I think this is the end. If I had to predict, this is the end for the Tomb Kings. The balance of power sort of agrees with me. Dude, it's a people's turn. I miss right now, please. Yes. Yeah, I'm kind of like haphazardly reading some chat stuff, just randomly throughout the game. But yeah, we'll play some games with it. I'm down. Let me get a few of these replays in here. Might not do... Well, we'll see, actually. We should have plenty of time to get through the replays and maybe do some games. And that can round out the stream, because I really only have till like around 4 today to stream, which is a good amount of time, but, you know, just in case it runs long, we will have to cut it there. Yeah, keeping replays. Excellent. Yeah, and Human Boy is going to be streaming for a little while longer, so he'll be streaming, and then he'll eventually basically like raid. I wish there was a good raid mechanic for streams in YouTube. It's just kind of the privileged Twitch people have raid. We don't have the actual like official raid. Turn my kitchen into a nightclub. Well, while Wiccan's turning his kitchen into a nightclub, Arkham is going to be just big chillin', fighting against the Spellweaver here. The War Dancers are wavering, but I really don't think there's... I don't know why they're wavering. Let's see, what is their problems? Damage. They just sustained a lot of damage, I guess. Maybe use a spell, maybe use Fate of Buna, maybe Buna'd them. Buna could actually deal with a couple of these, but he just wouldn't have enough wins to do, like, all this damage. So GG. Well fought to the Tomb Kings. Well fought to Umbrella. But, yeah, I think it was just, in this particular matchup, like, or this particular build matchup, too, the Wild Riders, like, as you can see, like, they really didn't get, one of them did pretty good, but a lot of them didn't get their value. But they were enough of, like, a distraction card effects to let the War Dancers and Dryads cook, you know. They cooked up the Skeleton Spearmen and Skeleton Warriors on the front line, just up for breakfast. Pretty dry and marrowless bones, but they still ate them like they were some candy, dude. And yeah, they really didn't. I mean, it's up against like chaff, but yeah, some of them didn't get their value, or actually only 2 of them didn't get their value, or one of them, this guy, which is surprising because he had the most kills. Okay, but I digress. I think it was just kind of like a building. I think unfortunately you needed to be able to take out those Wild Riders and not sustain as much damage on your cav, which I don't know how you do. I guess you use the Skeleton Horseman to screen and then get charges with Nehekara and use some Eyes of the Desert, Necropolis Knights. The Necropolis Knights got surrounded, by the way. That was kind of one of a key moment, I would say, even though they got good value. They did get surrounded by Wild Riders and like Ward Engines and other stuff and kind of got compromised, whereas they could have been used in the late game. But yeah, you definitely need to excel on the flanks there if you wanted to win that. Would kill all those War Dancers. Okay, that was game 1. Let's go to game 2, which is Nurg versus Bretonia. Very nice. I'm gonna get a slurp of water real quick.
I have a plague-bearing nurgling ready for each and every one of them.
Alright. Alright. Let's see here. Game 2, we got Nurgle versus Bretonia for the HQ of the Umbrelli. We just have a Kugath. Just a fat old Kugath with probably one spell. Fleshy Abundance, yep, that's how the Umbrella rolls. He's got Pestilent Decay, the classic Arcane Conduit, Slime Trail, and Nurgling Infestation. Nice. Oh, wait, nope, that's not the Explosion one. I love the Explosion ability, it's so cool. But yeah, the Nurgling heal's pretty dope. Not really HQ, but we got 2 other single entities in the Soul Grinders who can be raining down health throughout this game. Can be inaccurate at times, but very good DPS. And very good range. Just move over to... We can probably play this since it's a larger map. We got the Prophetess, who has the Dwellers Below and Earthblood here. Just Life Bloom as well. We got Henry, who is big chillin' with his Guardian, causes terror, good stats for like a Paladin hero guy, and can be brought on a Hippogriff, so it's super gross. And then we have a Paladin, who is just big chillin' with basically no abilities as well. We have 3 Pegasus Knights, very nice. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Peasant Bowmen. 3 of them being fire, 1 pox, and 1 regular. And then we have Spearmen at Arms, the good old just shields variant. 4 of them. Oh yeah. And then we got a Knights of the Realm and a Knights of the Realm. So pretty decent air force. Very light on the peasantry, like frontline. Oh my god, those shots from the Soul Grinders just absolutely routed those peasant bowmen immediately. Pretty brutal stuff. Pretty brutal stuff. The Soul Grinders continuing to fire to try to finish off this peasant bowman. Will they land? They get, oh, another juicy volley into those routing bowmen. Might just send them off for good. Peasantry is moving up in haste because of the pressure from the Soul Grinders. And the dive bomb with Henry and the Paladin is probably not that bad. I don't know if I agree with the Pegasus Knights. They're a little squishy. You got to be careful with them. Ooh, the charge here and preventing Kugusi from moving maybe is a decent idea. But getting trapped up with all these other units, you're just going to take a lot of unnecessary damage with the Pegasus Knights. Same with these ones. I think Henry's kind of derping off over here, but you want to make sure the Paladin's doing good damage and Henry's doing good damage to the Soul Grinder, and then maybe dip out when you can. But yeah, trying to get these guys down can be very obnoxious. I would have probably dive bombed, yeah, when I had Archer support. So dive bomb, Archer support, so when they surround them, you can just fire into these Nurglings and take down their health while they're trying to circle beat the Paladin or Henry. But yeah, trying to focus down one Soul Grinder at a time is a good idea. With Nurgle, you just want to finish what you start because they have healing, so if you don't kill them, they may come back. And the Prophetess is just casting magic here. We got Earthblood on the Paladin. Pretty good stuff. I maybe would have tried to overcast and get it on Henry as well. He's down a little low. Some of the Knights are chasing the Soul Grinder, but this is a perfect time for actually this Pegasus Knight to come in and flank. Are we engaging? There's no reason to really engage with the Spearmen at Arms. They will just lose to Marauders, I'm pretty sure, and Nurglings and anything else on the Nurgle roster. They will just wreck them. So this poor Soul Grinder getting focused down, not really poor, he dodges out all those goddamn arrows, holy shit. Knights of the Realm charging in, getting a glorious charge. Henry charging in to get Soul Grinder in the flank. Both of them pretty high health as they have been healed by the Kugussi and his fleshy abundant ways. We got 2 Soul Grinders, basically at full health still. One, actually maybe a quarter, the other one's pretty chilling. Henry took a lot of damage. I don't know if he's taking friendly fire or if like his big hitbox is letting all these Nurglings and stuff like hit him bad, but he should definitely be like a raid boss against these Soul Grinders. They're not that crazy good. 43 melee attack, you know, mostly armor piercing, like weapon strength is good for them, and 450 isn't bad, but still, Henry should excel in that fight. He gets 20 bonus for his large, so 65 attack. You know, I guess he has less weapon strength. He's not complete raid boss material as he once was, maybe. The Kugussi is big chillin', probably going to use his missile to shoot down some bowmen. Majority of the infantry of Nurgle is still around, which is not great for the Bretonnians, because their infantry have not a slight chance in hell of beating them in a prolonged fight anyways. The Kugussi is getting some good damage into him, and that's what you need late game. If Kugath is alive with all of his healing late game, there's very little you can do about it if you don't have massive amounts of ammunition yourself. And right now, since you still have all these archers online, I would try to get maximum damage into Kugath if you aren't doing like a crucial fire here. Like I maybe would have turned these guys around and start shooting some of the, well, I guess there's not a good angle. Maybe some of these Nurglings right there. Just whittle down some of the infantry so you can't pressure your bowmen as much. I know you can still probably pressure with the Soul Grinders, but you can just isolate them later down the line. And the amount of damage Kugath is taking is very nice, though. You do need to dedicate a good amount of resources to just killing this guy in general. So I would definitely... I can't hate this move, even though it feels like you're not focusing on other parts of the battle, just because he is such a large threat. He is the ultimate. He is the Kugus. I mean, look at that slime trail, which for my game, I don't know why it is wigging out. But yeah, it's very glitchy. Soul Grinder's still very healthy. Is one Soul Grinder? No, both of them basically full health yet again because of fleshy abundance. Super gross. Well microed Soul Grinders are nasty, man, because if you just heal them up, they just take forever to kill. And if they take forever to kill and expend all their ammo, they're gonna get a lot of value. That's just how it's gonna work. So you need to at least shut them down. Yeah, charging into the Nurglings, I don't know. I would have charged into like maybe an isolated Soul Grinder. And this one, probably this one, you know? Like right now, Henry and friends could probably jump the hell out of the Soul Grinder, and I'd probably recommend it too. These infantry are pretty much donezo. You could have just left them holding, done some cycle charges with the Knights, call it good. This infantry getting ran down by good old Knights Errant. And now the firing comes into the Soul Grinder. I mean, I don't mind this. They can just dodge the arrows easier. They still have 90 armor, and he'll heal them. I think Kugath is just because he's such a big target, and he also is a problem late game. Should probably just be soaking up all this damage, because he really needs to get chonkered down before the end of the game. Soul Grinders getting in close, and this is not really the position you want to be in as Bretonia. When Nurgle's allowed and has an excuse to blob, they will blob because it's just stronger for them. And these three together is not great. The more isolated you can get these Soul Grinders, the better. Full swarm them, just beat them down before the fleshy abundance can come their way and save their ass. Because some of these mobile units are kind of breaking off here, and now that the trio's reunited, might be a problem. Like these Chosen of Nurgle might get isolated, and I don't even know though. Chosen of Nurgle are rough. 120 armor. Like I don't know what's gonna really tank them down. These Cav will get like smackarooed in prolonged combat. But there's some cycle charging happening, which is definitely what you want to do. They can get terror routed as well. And Le Massif on his hippo causes terror. So maybe we can get these chosen terror routing and then just clean them up after they're running away. It's a good strat. But yeah, then we're going to be looking for picks on the Soul Grinder, as Kugus and the Soul Grinders being online essentially means they can shut down the Peasant Bowman more than likely. So these guys definitely need to get dealt with at some point. And yeah, focusing down the more damaged one I think would be for the best. I would even send the Prophetess to try to like surround this guy, just hit him with as much DPS as you possibly can, even though maybe she might get terror routed, but it's still probably worth it. Yep, charging in. Some harrowing fire into the Chosen, but they will be shrugging it off relatively compared to how much fire is just raining down upon them because of that 120 armor. It's just a gross amount, and I'm not sure at this point if the Bretonnians have enough to take down the Nurg. I think a Goji prediction here, because of just the health of the Soul Grinders, might be a Nurgle dub. I'm not going to lie to you. When Marauders come back, they'll just get routed by Knights or a couple shots from Peasant Bowman. I don't know if I'd throw in Spearman at Arms, because you can't really throw it at Kugus. I mean, you can to get some damage off him, but it'll just Mortis them down, because he has the Mortis now, the one that all the big guys have, or all the Great Unclean ones have, which is Pestilent Decay. Isn't a lot of damage, but it really stacks up over time. I think he has to be in melee. Yeah, he has to be in melee, so he's actually not giving the Mortis right now, luckily for the Bretonnians. Spearman at Arms, I really would have just kept these guys firing here, and maybe even thrown Spearman at Arms into Kugath just to prevent him from doing more missile damage. These guys probably have to come take the Marauder. Marauder's going to go sneakily get the point. I will say this game has gone on quite a bit, actually, so we'll have to see if that comes into play, but I think that is relatively for the best. I mean, we do want there to be some time pressure, and because of how tanky Nurgle is, that can become a factor sometimes. But it also was just a very skirm-heavy game, and because of that, there's extended time, like positioning and shooting and jockeying for leverages and stuff. That being said, yeah, Nurg is now out of all their mobile options, so they can't really run over to the point as easy. With basically 2 minutes left, we're going to see if the Kugus and the two Soul Grinders can actually carry this out. I'm not sure how this ends. Seeing how this goes, actually, yeah, maybe they can waddle over to the point within time. It probably won't take Kugusi 2 minutes to get over to this point, but it is quite the distance right now. So he's gonna have to go the distance, like Rocky. Rocky's gonna have to waddle his ass all the way to the center, because I don't think there's anything with enough mass to actually stop him. Like, Henry could try, the Knights can try, but like, I think the Kugus, once he's started moving, nothing can stop him. His slimy, waddling ways. It's really funny he has all this mass, but it's like, you see the little derpy legs of like these Nurglings that carry him? Like, it's so ridiculous. Yes, look at them. They're little... so funny. Henry Le Massif finally routing off the field. Maybe we'll get healed back. Yeah, we're now in the 42nd territory here. So Kugus needs to waddle his ass over to this point. Maybe... Yikes. He may not be able to do it. And this is kind of another one of the scenarios where it's like, if you're getting spaced out a bunch... man, this is hard to say. Because I think there was things that Umbrella could have done to contest, but I don't know how long he really could have contested. Maybe he needed to try to break through a little earlier. I'm not sure, because honestly this was a really well fought battle, and if it goes to overtime, I'm not exactly sure who wins this, like if we're talking beyond the timer's sake. And all he needs to do is contest right now. If you can contest in the next 20 seconds, which you definitely can, then the timer will stop. And Kugus will be allowed to continue his reign of traitor. He could have easily contested, looks like he just forgot. I mean, he could have contested with Soul Grinders a little bit earlier than this. In the middle of the match, he definitely could have as well. But it definitely was at one point Bretonnian like had control of the map, so it was a little rough. But he stopped the cap here. Kugus is running that way. Chosen Nurgle's running that way. And holy crap, 6 seconds. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're seeing in the late game, Soul Grinder managed to take the cap point back for the good old Nurg. And while we are seeing Prophetess and a Paladin fight off the Soul Grinder, Kugusi is making his way downtown to the point. Oh my god, can he actually make it in time? The Nurgle Soul Grinder has to survive to keep his cap up. He has 700 HP, 600 HP, 500 HP, 300. He has to stay on there. Well, I guess he doesn't have to stay on there, but if these guys go back. Now, this is interesting, because if he stays here... Yeah, they terror out. Ooh, this is crazy good. Holy shit. This Nurgle game is wild. He gets a few seconds before Brett's cap anyway. That is wild. And Kuga sits and defends his point. I would definitely be sitting on top of it if I were him, just to make sure that cap doesn't go sideways there. But yeah, holy shit, what a match. So I doubt this Paladin and Prophetess can actually keep Kugus down. I think it's over. I think he lost all the power. Once he lost Henry and the Knights. Well, okay, realistically lost all the power when he lost the Bowmen. The Bowmen were the key to killing Kugus. Kugath here. And Nurgle made it look closer than he needed to, that's for sure. Well, yeah, sort of. I mean, he did, like, those dogs, like, were the only things that could have really, like, ran around. I think mid-game, you're right, like, he could have ran some Soul Grinders up there to cap. But, I mean, really, like, he wasn't, like, technically the line of Spearmen at all, just didn't break through. So it would have been hard for him to get there at a certain point in the battle. And I think because he didn't contest before, he didn't buy himself, like, the maximum amount of time. And then after that, when the Soul Grinders could have gone, they probably should have, but he made it in time. He did it. He did it. Oh, and then all the damage from the... The damage from the point killed him. Oh, Henry, no. So yeah, if you fly over the cap point, while basically contesting, you take damage. So, and that's just to prevent, you know, drawing, basically. A different form of draw kiting, where if someone doesn't really have a response to a flyer, you could technically just sit it on the point and cap and just contest eternally. So there does have to be some sort of mortis or like limiting factor to flyers over the point. But yeah, that was a really good one. So like when you do cycle charge into the point, the best way to do it is to technically you click the attack and then you click land like a few like moments before you get actually over the point, if you can. Because that will essentially negate the effect. Now, you do have to land, is the issue, and if there is something like a few paces before, then damage for flying over cap isn't good, in my honest opinion. I don't like it. I sort of agree, but like the thing is that we do need to mitigate like the potential for drawing, because if someone can sit over the cap with the like flyer, right? Then you just won't ever contest it if you don't have ranged or fly yourself. And yeah, the damage is going to be reduced to it's like basically negligible unless you just continuously sit over the point. So it will be very like, it shouldn't be very consequential unless someone is trying to cheese that mechanic. We do have it very high at the moment. which with feedback we have taken into account, you know. So yeah, on to game 3. On to game 3. But I must have damage for the charging unit that is on the cap. Yeah, but why I must... So, like, it's only to prevent situations that could arise not related to that, you know? Like, yes, like, I don't like that there's just random damage happening when you're flying over the point, like, not trying to cheese it. But the fact that you can means we kind of do have to do something about it. Yeah, and you won't take damage if you're landed or in melee, or if it's your point. Like, if you have control of the point, it won't do any damage to your flyers over the point. It's just if you're contesting it or attempting to contest it. Which, I don't know, maybe... I guess I'm wondering... Does it do damage? It doesn't do damage if it's your point, right? Hello, Josh. How you doing, man? How goes it? But we can talk more about the mod mechanics in a second. We're going to go over the army comp of these boys right now. So, for the ogres in the HQ, we have... Wait, not an ogre bull. We have a slaughtermaster. And he has extra ingredients, bone crusher, ooh, troll guts, nice. And then we got a good old just ogre charge and the blood cleaver, very nice. The blood cleaver is a good passive heal there. No other characters it looks like, but we have 2 Noblar scrap launcher, mobile artillery, usually used for anti-infantry purposes, very nice. For the rest of the infantry, we have a couple Ogre Bulls dual weapons, which are good against infantry as well. We have 4, maybe looks like 5, nope, 4 regular Ogre Bulls, and then a Man-Eaters with great weapons with their cool dashing mercenary pirate get-ups there. And actually 2 of those, and then we have a couple trappers, 4, oh, actually a shit ton of trappers. We have 5 trappers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 just regular Noblars for screening. Okay, we can kind of speed this up a little bit here. For the Slaneshis here, we have a good old Aziz, the Aziz, and he's got Demon Blade, Phantasmagoria, and just his regular stuff. Does he have Blissful Rapture? And yeah, he's just the regular Slanesh guy with flying, super brutal lord to go up against in most scenarios. Some damage being taken by devoted marauders of Slanesh. So we have 4, is there another one over here? Okay, 5 of the spear variant, 2 chaos warriors with the whips, so the hell scourges, and then a few Hellstriders here, along with the Jav Cav, Marauder Horsemen of Slanesh, 2 of those. And then we actually have a good old Seekers on this flank. Jav Cav thrown into some trappers, while the ogres set up camp on this hill right in front of the point here. I don't believe I've actually covered a game on this map yet, so this is quite interesting. Dual hills, so it is symmetrical. Technically not unfair in the terrain equality there. And the ogres are doing an epic like downhill charge. That actually should help them technically, because the engine does give you bonuses for downhill and uphill stuff still, because there's like a physics engine underneath all the code and mechanics of this game as well. Ogre Bulls, yeah, definitely actually crumping the shit out of these devoted marauders of Slanesh. Probably because of just the good weapon strength, with their low armor is just going to absolutely hurt like a bitch. And the fact that they got a downhill charge with their Ogre Charge trait, which ignores the bracing of the spear units. Pretty good stuff. On the flanks, Seekers diving into Ogre Man-Eaters, not going to be the greatest for... ooh, Phantasmagoria. Gonna pin these guys in place while Azazel hits him from the rear. Azazel will do some damage, and he can't terror out them, so this actually might have been a mistake here. Because man-eaters will not be terrified of the good old Azazel. They don't fear the naked claw boy. He simply is nothing to them. They've seen it all. They've been around town. Holy moly, that diamond charge was in. Yeah, that diamond charge was pretty ridiculous. Slaughtermaster is kind of derping around. A lot more guys charging into the backs of their own units. I would have liked to see a flank round on those. Slaanesch's charges are all kind of flank and rear based, so if you can get a clean flank or rear charge, you're usually eating it up, getting some good money on that. Azazel going after Slaughtermaster, good idea. Slaughtermaster is very weak in combat compared to the Dark Prince here. I don't even know that's his nickname. It's just I think that's Slaanesch's nickname, so he's taking it on for now. The Seekers pretty beat up, actually damn near destroyed after that kind of blob of flanking maneuvers here. Working out pretty well though. Some of those Seekers are putting in work, not Seekers, but Hellstriders are putting in work against the surrounded Ogre Bulls, which they are anti-large, and Seekers are pretty big menaces still this current live patch, which I think they get nerfed in the Chaos Dwarf 1, if what I've seen and heard is correct. Chaos Warriors with Slaanesh, putting in good work and should survive against the Ogre Bulls. Same over here. Scrap Launcher firing into the Chaos Warriors, doing some good damage from the vantage point of the hill. Slaughtermaster getting terrified, Phantasmagoria pinning them in place. It actually knocked him outside of Phantasmagoria with Azazel's animation, but I guess he's still stuck. It'd be kind of bullshit if Azazel hit him out of it and then he was able to roam free. It'd be kind of wild. Marauder Horseman still able to throw. I guess they're going to be thrown at this one, but I really would just chuck it at this guy. He's lower HP. And is just right there for a better arc of fire. Ogre's trying to stop Azazel. He will take a little bit of damage. The thing with Azazel is 5 armor, so even though 55 melee defense is pretty solid when faced against multiple entities, it can be a problem because you're just getting hit from all sides. And the good amount of weapon strength, let's see, it's 90, but it's plus 12. So 102 weapon strength per model there is not bad going up against a 5 armor lad, even with his slight physical resist. There's my dog in the background. Say hello. She's going insane. Probably go yell at her after this game. And the Devoted Marauders of Slaanesh running into Nobblar Trappers. Trappers will put a whooping on Azazel if they're able to throw their little hatchets at him, because he just melts to missile fire if he doesn't dodge it, right? If he's not in the air, he will just get absolutely shredded. Even when he's in the air, like kind of shorter missiles like that is hard for him to dodge. That and gunfire, obviously. So looking at it, the balance of power is liking Slaanesh. I would have to agree with them. Currently, the leadership of the Ogres is routing and will probably get caught out and chased down by Azazel. Scrap Launcher's kind of chilling. Chaos Warriors are finally done with those Ogres and moving up past the point here. And 2 Ogres are actually in the back, so they can and they should contest this point on their way up, along with the rest of these returning Ogre forces. They should definitely get on, get off their ass, stop eating that, Chaos Warrior ham hock, and come join the scrap. Marauder Horsemen of Slaanesh being used to their max potential here after the ammunition's used. They have Devastating Flaker, which is lovely, because it makes their usefulness after they've expended their ammo very apparent. They're a very good cav unit. I think these are one of the higher tier units, utility units for Slaanesh for sure. Magic damage and 95 speed, Devastating Flanker, physical resist, immune to psychology. Just a gross unit, dude. Just gross. Let's see. Not much Scrap Launchers. I think it's over for the Ogres. I'm almost certain. It is looking like a L, even though the Nobblers are trying to come back and contest the point now. It is looking like it's over bover. So yeah, back to the conversation we were having earlier. You guys, I don't believe you take damage when you own the cap, which is not really a problem, right? Because we have it so flyers like cap very low. So if you are in a situation where like a flyer's like in control of the cap, uh, you as like an infantry user, infantry user, or any land unit will outcap them if it's just one on one. So like, there's not gonna be a lot of situations where like you as a flyer can just like chill above the cap point and just not do anything, you know, because a lot of time it'll get either contested by land units and then you have to move or go into combat, etc. It's just a way to force people to not cheese, you know. And I don't think it's that big of a deal because we're gonna scale down the current damage. So there's for those who, if you just joined and not sure what's going on, the cap point we're using in this mod has a mortis effect on flyers when they're, you know, contesting a point and not on the ground in combat. And that is because we don't want late game scenarios where a flyer can just sit above a point and contest it without anything really happening. And also, you know, they probably would be hiding a unit, or a unit came back from routing and they're just chilling somewhere, you know, on the map. So, you know, there's just late game situations that can be avoided by implementing that, and I think that's the right call. But if enough people, you know, show us that it maybe can be mitigated in some other way, and there's some other things, we're always open to suggestions. Okay, so that was the climax. Umbrella won with Nurg and Ogres claiming that series, but that was a really good series. It was a pretty juicy stuff there. Now going on to some other matches. Apparently this is a pretty goated one. Not on the ground or not in combat. They can be either. Yeah, exactly. Yes, they can be on the ground or in combat. Yes. Let's do this one first. Yes. Dwarfs versus Tomb Kings. That's a wild one, and then dwarfs versus Dark Elves. Ooh. Okay. Let's see some dwarfs versus Tomb Kings, then we'll go to this one and then maybe to the other one perhaps. That actually looks kind of fun, so yeah. Let's do this one.
Understood!
All right. Okay. Let us look at the HQ real quick, or go over the armies. We can probably go in regular speed here because they're approaching quite slowly. For the HQ of the dwarves, we got Belagar, and he is completely vanilla. Love it. He's actually my favorite dwarf lord because of his looks. And whenever I play dwarves, which is very, very solemnly, I will pick him because he's just dope looking. I believe that's all he has for the HQ. Cheap HQ as possible there, or one of them. We got one Longbeard, two Longbeard. We have four Longbeards and a Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Then we have two Miners of Blasting Charges. No, 3 miners. 4 miners. I can't count. 3 slayers, that's what I'm thinking of. One being the dragonback slayers. Then we have a couple iron drakes, regular ones, and then a couple iron drakes with trollhammer torpedoes, the anti-large variant. And yeah, we're just marching up with some miners and longbeards, baby, with a little bit of slayers, all the good dwarven technology at play. For the HQ of the Tomb Kings, we have a classic Archon Black on a horse. Nope, don't want the Shabti. I just want the Archon. Okay, getting real. Okay, like they just won't move. Okay, there we go. Liber Mortis, Staff in the Gash, Tomb Blade, blah blah blah, Fate of Buna, Spirit Leech, and all the good stuff. We have the Curse and My Will Be Done as well attached to him. We have 3 Ushopti, the Great Bows, one of them being the Chosen of the Gods. We have 5 Nehekara Warriors, 3 Tomb Guard, very elite infantry here, one being the Kepler Guard, and then 2 Screaming Skull Catapults as well. So very ranged, elite infantry here with Archon, and then really no mobile units for the Tomb Kings here, which is kind of surprising, but makes sense if you're just trying to bunker bust the Dawi. So we're going to be seeing some position jockeying here. The point has opened up, so it is time to play. The timing, the clock is ever ticking slowly down. I don't know what that sentence was supposed to be, but it was supposed to be a lot more elegant than that. But it turned out the way it was. Ushopti firing in onto some Longbeards. Chosen the Gods doing their little burst barrage onto them. And the dwarves are going to be very much at a ranged advantage. Yumai's kind of pulling back, thinking about the positioning here, and sending half of his army all the way up to the flank to kind of get this interesting surround. I don't mind this at all. This is interesting because you have the Slayers to screen out what would be Cav, but there actually is none. And they're going to be doing a little, what I rarely see, which is dwarves actually attempting to surround their enemy. Like, look at these guys. The dwarven cavalry run. You know, like, they're coming to hunt down these Tomb Kings. But yeah, they're making their way downtown, walking fast, and they are homebound. But the Iron Drakes get a little bit of Spirit Leech, and dwarves are just taking their sweet time. The timer is accumulated a minute and 20 so far. So, you know, there is some pressure on the dwarves to engage, especially since the Shabti will be laying down absolute punishment. But I'm a sneaking suspicion that Yumai is going to be engaging this flank right about the same time that he plans to move up with this one, so you can kind of double pressure at the same time, and the timer gives him enough leeway to do that for certain. So we got an Iron Drake, Longbeard, and some miners along with the 3 Slayers. So there's some good punching power on this flank here, and it really can't be contested by any mobility because the Tomb Kings did not bring any mobility. I do miss the little tooltip from like when we had this mod in Dom, because I liked seeing the player names. I mean, I know it's Yumai's and another player, but I miss being able to see the names and then also the values and stuff, even though some of the values were a little wacky at times, some of them, I swear, just straight up lied. I've seen this tactic from Yumai's in this game mode before, always interesting when it starts like this. Yep, sometimes you just gotta wait it out, get some good positioning, even if it means dwarfs taking their sweet-ass time. But it's definitely worth it if you do want to try to pull off that maneuver. That being said, maybe you should have waited even more until these guys are actually like very close to being engaged, because you're just taking punishment. Like if you had at least one Slayer to pressure these guys, right, it would be fine. But or at least make them think about shooting the Slayers, so then when you move up, right, you don't take as much Ushabti fire because some of the Slayers getting hit. But right now they're just unleashing payloads into the Dwarven army, just absolutely tearing them apart with these Ushabti and Screaming Skull catapults. But the Slayers have yet to even get close, you know, so now they're pressuring. I think you might needed to wait a little bit longer for that, like, tactic to be truly effective. I will see some Slayers. Oh, I didn't realize this was another Slayer flank, so there's actually 4 Slayers in totality. We have... Oh, this isn't the Dragon back. Okay, so I see what happened. 2 Slayers went on that side, 1 Slayer went on that side. I didn't miscount in the beginning. I just miscounted in the middle of the game. Because I thought the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass were the Slayers. The Blasting Charges Miners are going to get stopped by Archon, which is very good if you can actually stop them from firing. But they just keep waddling, and I think they are going to fire. Let's see. Yep, I think they're going to get their stuff off, even though they are getting inundated by their own troops a little bit. But yeah, God, such good damage with the Miners. Across the board, dealing horrendous amounts of damage to these warriors. 45 armor, I believe. Do they? I don't think they have. What is it? Weakness to fire. I don't know why I always think like some Tomb King stuff have weakness to fire, but they don't. They just take a lot of damage because they're unarmored or they're low armored. The flank's going pretty well for you, Maz. Iron Drake's getting a little torn apart, but the Neheka warriors. Okay, Nehekara warriors. Nehekara warriors. Okay, there we go. Now I will never say it wrong again. The Nehekara warriors. But Ushabti are a bit of a problem being online. Little fucking Belagar's coming in there. Belagar's such a badass dude. Like, look at this guy. He's literally a space marine. I mean, look at him, bro. Look at that armor. I mean, it's kind of covered in blood. I'm not even tuning down the blood particles to even less than what they are. I don't mind the blood being, like, less dramatic. I like it being on the battlefield because it's gritty and, like, very Warhammer, but, you know, it's just sometimes all-encompassing and just blood everywhere, and you're like, Jesus Christ. This is just a Doom game now. It's anything that is embalmed. I see. This thing embalmed. Construct. Here. Nope. Yeah, whatever the embalmed ones are. They're not embalmed. But anyways, the Kepler Guard do actually have weakness to fire, so I don't know if they're still around. Does not look like they are. But if they were, they'd get absolutely melted by those Iron Drakes. Just absolutely crump-diddlied. Tomb Guard putting up a good fight against Slayers. But at this point, that front line of the Tomb Kings is pretty destroyed. I mean, there's just not a lot that's going to be able to deal with the Dwarven infantry aside. Well, I guess he does have 3 Tomb Guard. So the Tomb Guard might be able to stand up for themselves, and as long as the Ushabti get some good value in there, the Dwarves actually might be in trouble. But holy crap! Oh, Archon is getting absolutely destroyed. Is he embalmed? I totally forgot about the embalming stuff, dude. I don't think he is embalmed. What are the embalmed units like? What is that? Oh, he just has a fire weakness. Okay, so the lords just have like fire weaknesses. I forgot. All right. Yeah. Well, if Archon dies to Iron Drakes, that'll be one of the biggest blunders for sure. Because there is some commanding positions here. The Tomb Guard can hold out for a while. If you can screen properly, you might be able to save those. Ushabti, but Ushabti being dead is really rough. Really rough. There's just a lot of dwarf assets on the field as well that can fire into this Tomb Guard and really just mess them up, you know? So, a little spooky. A little spooky, but I don't think, with the lack of mobility that the Tomb Kings brought, I don't know if they can clean up all these little problems here and there, like these Iron Drakes, those Iron Drakes, and then you have to mulch through all the infantry as well. And with one Chosen of the Gods, I just don't think you have enough firepower to do it. Oh, there's another one. This one... Oh, taking a lot of damage, brother. Just some good old fire right to the face. In the Company Hero style, just spammed flamethrowers here. I really do like this build from you guys. The flamethrowers are super cool into Tomb Kings there. Yes. Yes, yes! So yeah, I would call it for the dwarves now. And The balance of power definitely shifted quite a bit there, and agreed. Yeah, nice. GG. Well fought, well fought. I thought it was an interesting build by the Tomb Kings, but they did need to pack quite a punch in order for them to deal enough damage before the dwarf infantry got there to really do it. But I do think he did some really good damage at the beginning. I think you definitely wanted to save all your ammo for like the ranged assets first, so try to get the like Iron Drakes out of the way, and then go for the Longbeards later. Because it's kind of how you want to prioritize stuff, generally speaking. The better, the more survivable you are in the late game, the better, and the more ranged units that opponents have in the late game usually means bad things for you. Because they will rain hell down upon your weakened and addled units. Alright. So, not a lot of damage on the good old Belagar, but he didn't really need to. He was just pressuring those Ushabti. Iron Drake actually didn't get that much value. This one got an insane amount. This one got a pretty, alright. But, yeah, they did their job for sure, and they soaked up a lot of fucking goddamn Ushabti fire. Holy shit. I'm surprised that this one got 591. This makes sense, and this makes sense, but 591's pretty low, I guess. That one just didn't do much. Maybe that's the one that was lacking. If he paid for himself, it might have been different. Arkan, surprisingly not doing a lot of damage. Dwarves do have the mitigation to the spells. So, yes. Our Tomb Guard, do they have weakness to fire? They might. Are they mummified? 300, 900... Yeah, the poor Kepra Guard, dude. These guys are usually tanks, by the way, just absolute beasts, usually. So it is quite surprising they died very early. GG to those guys, that was a pretty fun one to watch, though. Lots of fire, lots of death, Screaming Skull catapults, all the good stuff. Okay, we are going to go this one, and then probably do the Dark Elves and the Lizardmen. And then we'll see if Wicked wants to hop on. If he doesn't, we can do a couple more, and if anybody wants to hop on as well, we could play some games perhaps. But yeah, let's see. Let's go to the GG darn. I like this. I love this replay. Like name, just GG darn. You know it was a good game. You know it was a good game when it is named that. Alright. Good old Empire lads. Where's the boys? Yes, well, I guess the Empire lads are kind of German. It's an Empire, yeah. And then the Cockney orcs. Alright, this is a pretty big map, so I have a little time to sip water here a little bit. Ooh, delicious. Okay. Let's start with the Empire, shall we? Shall we start with the Empire? Okay, for the HQ, we got a good old... Ooh, White Wolves, nice. Boris Toddy. We got the Midland Runefang, of course, for his HP regen, and then the Blood Roar ability is pretty dope for his Griffin. We got the Grey Wizard, and just a Melkath's Mystifying Miasma, so he's going to do some kiting shenanigans, or just kind of throw down the Melkoths every once in a while here. I believe that covers it for the HQ. For the mobility, then, we will go 2 Pistoliers. And any other cav? Looks like no. Looks like just 2 Pistoliers for you. We have the good old Hammer of the Witches. Burn the witches and dig. Yeah. They're coming in hot. We have 1 White Wolf Huntsman ROR and a regular Huntsman. And then a box of a metric shit ton of infantry. We have 5 Flagellants, 5 Swordsmen, and 3 Spearmen. One of the Swordsmen being the Sigmar Sons. For the good old Umbrella, HQ consists of just a flying Azhag while watching his poor squigs get routed off like, fuck you, Toddy, you bastard. The squigs getting routed off. I don't think there's any other HQ, but Azhag does come with a Spirit Leash and a Fate of Buna. Lovely. For mobility, he's got the good old Forest Goblin Spider Riders. 3 of those. And looks like 2 Boar Boy Big Uns. And one of them being the Broken Tusk Mob for the extra Encourage aura and stats. Ooh, one of the Pistoliers getting Fate of Buna'd and terrified away by Azhag, taking some damage from the Pistoliers. And because their missile strength is not too armor piercing, with 70, he has a good chance to shrug a good amount of it off. There is 3 Stone Trolls to this game. Yes, 3 Stone Trolls, and then there were 4 Squigs, but one of them unfortunately got routed off by Toddy and crew. And then we have a line of expendable 5 Goblins. So quite the crunchy... ooh, we actually have 3 Boar Boy Big Uns, my mistake. But it's still a very punchy and crunchy greenskin build. The Goblins combined with the Squig Herd should take care of most any matchup of the Swordsman or Flagellants. And then the Stone Trolls actually provide a bit of staying power, so where they're engaged, they might actually just crump. But there is a metric shit ton of the infantry, so it could be quite hard for them to break through, per se. The Hammer of the Witches is firing down on the Broken Tusk Mob. You can use the terrain to your advantage in this particular one and maybe hide those Boar Boy Big Uns in the woods if the hammers are just raining hell down upon them. Because honestly, once these guys engage in melee, there's not a lot of good targets for the hammer besides perhaps Azhag himself, who is currently hanging out over here. Took some damage. Maybe from Mystifying. I actually don't know what he took that additional damage from. I know he took some from the Pistoliers, but probably didn't take all that from the Pistoliers because they're not that great. Frontline crashing, Swordsman, Squig Herd, and Trolls smashing each other in combat here. Flagellants fighting with absolute devotion to Sigmar and to their people. Stone Trolls will gladly abide them to their holy deaths. But the Flagellants are also very good at sticking in there, whereas the Troll leadership may falter if they're getting shot or rear charged or what have you. Trolls will use their mash to absolutely mash these hunters as they charge through the Flagellants. Forest Goblin Spider Riders should absolutely jump on this and punish those huntsmen who are right here, so they can definitely take some damage, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. The full surrounds are happening, boys, and the front lines of the Empire are crumbling. Toddy's still in a pretty good, healthy state, but he does need to be terrifying some of these Stone Trolls and doing some other high-impact plays on the game, otherwise these Greenskins might just overrun him. Toddy, I don't know what his value is. 190, so not so hot. He's going to get some good hits on Azhag. And the good thing about Greenskins is once you damage them, they can't really come back because the only healing they have is on their Troll Hag and Grom himself, which is not a very common pick these days. Daddy chill, I can't handle such excellent casting. Thanks, Robane, man. I am eternally cursed to have like a stuffy nose when I cast, actually. It always starts out fine, then it just gets worse. I think it's because I'm not used to like casting, and for some reason, even though I do like talk a lot during the day, for some reason I guess just talking in like earnest, I guess this maybe makes my like nasal systems go crazy. Azhag popping wah on his whole army and flying above the battle. The Flagellants and the State Troops are holding firm, but they're not particularly dealing with the threats that is the Stone Trolls, and the Squig Herds will absolutely trade up and just eat into a lot of these infantry here. It's a very good value unit. They may bop around quite goofily, but they are quite terrifying, as like half of their body is a giant tooth-filled mouth as they gobble down the Empire defenders. War Boys made it into the backline as well. And I think this was just another kind of like very top-heavy build in terms of design. very focused on one aspect of just lots of infantry pile in on them. But when you use a variety, especially going against, I think, greenskins, you have to respect the stone trolls in many of their matchups because they're very potent. They heal, which is excellent in the current meta of the game because of how strong healing is on Ultra, and they went to percentage based, so like healing is just good. Healing is good, and stone trolls have benefited greatly for it, and they're just badasses. I mean, you need some armor piercing to deal with these guys, right? Like, you can't just have Toddy, I think. I think you need some other punching power, and guns help rout them off. Gunfire actually does lower leadership by a little bit. And I think it might be an inherent thing. I'm not sure if it's actually bonus, but I know it does. It's kind of like when they get, charged in the flank or charging downhill. Just a mechanic in the game. Pistoliers out of ammo, just kind of chilling. They might go back and try to cap this point here, which would be pretty smart. Get the pressure off them in terms of points so they can kind of kite around if they really want to. But with all their army being pretty much infantry, you can't really do much there. Boris can fly around and derp, but more than likely he's going to get spirit leeched and then surrounded by trolls and poor boys eventually. Unless he can rout them off, like all of them. Because another thing I'm looking at here is Azag's a little too far away. I mean, I respect chasing off this caster. You need to. I think you can probably start. Yeah, you get the. Ooh, wait, he got what? That's glitched. Is he taking the damage? What is happening? Life leeching. Oh, he canceled it. Oh, he did a spell cancel. So unfortunately, if you do that on accident, it's not a big deal. But yeah, spell canceling is rough because I think if you can get it to work, it will trigger the passive ability. So like you'll get the life leeching off of that non-cast spirit leech. And man, he should have chased that Grey Wizard off just a few more seconds because he actually did come back. That is so tragic. Now he's chasing him around. With Toddy being such a menace, it could be a problem because Toddy will absolutely kill Azag in combat. What Azag has going for him is that cycle charging and like in surrounding situations, he can munch up the Boris as well. But he needs to be landed, yeah, with the stone trolls and stuff. While Boris is looking to isolate anything away from Azag and his leadership aura to basically just get these greenskins to terror far away off the battlefield. Because that's about all you can hope for. None of the land units really have the capabilities of defeating the rest of this greenskin force. It's all on Toddy's shoulders. And he totally can fuck up some stone trolls. I mean, that's just a fact. Armor piercing, heavy damage, high attack, and terror. Gonna cause some major problems for the trolley boys. Sup chat, sup Goji, what's going on, man? What's going on? How we all do? Is hubby still streaming? I'm assuming he's still going tough. He's hanging tough. Azag the Slaughterer coming in and getting rear hit by Boris. This is not where you want to be out of all the places in this particular matchup. Boris, or next to Boris, is not where the Azag wants to be, surrounded by flagellants. Azag being squishy, like, you're gonna have to cycle charge, but you definitely, yeah, you need to get that poor trolling Grey Wizard with his, why isn't it showing me his speed? 95 speed, but I guess he's poisoned. Oh, he has wounds, okay. So, him and Azag, does he have wounds as well? He doesn't have wounds, not quite. So luckily he's not getting any debuffs, but that the wizard looks like he's on his last legs. So he's going to get Spirit Leech and probably succumb to his wounds. Wait, Wicked is a mod, and you've sort of known me for 9 years. What's up with that? If you want to be a mod, man, be my guest, bro. I will mod you up. Know the responsibilities. No, I don't fucking know. Yeah, you can be a mod. Never is time to mod. I know. Comes in once a stream. Hey, where's my mod, bro? Some people just aren't trustworthy. Yeah, Rebane. Some people just aren't trustworthy. No, I trust you with the modding privileges, bro. I believe in you. Unless you just start going like crazy. Just fucking ban everybody. No one can watch the stream if I can't. Stone Troll's getting terrified, and this is the problem, right? On paper, the Greenskins have what it takes to win. But oh my god, these guys shattered. They shattered because they terrified too many times. Oh my god, look at that HP, guys. Look at the shatter on the HP. Oh lord. I don't know if there's just some UI. No, I think that is a shatter. I think they're gone. This guy's coming back for sure, but these guys are done. They're done. Wow. That is a lot of value that just left the field. Holy crap. So now it swings back for the Empire's favor. I think Empire hugely in the lead, purely because of that Stone Troll routing away. Spirit Leeches and Kiting might be able to save a little bit of the Greenskins' ass here, because they did control the point for quite some time. They've given themselves room to absolutely spell kite the shit out of Boris, basically. And then he'll see if he can actually kill Boris in that time, and then deal with all this Empire infantry left, the unbreakable masses of the flagellants. I'm trying to rent the second unit before 20 for a little more bonus. Exactly. This is a wild one. So Azhag fighting Boris in the air. This is quite climactic. Azhag traditionally should lose this just because of his stats in terms of melee, and also his HP is quite significantly less than the stocky Griffin compared to the stringy, wiry Wyvern here, built more like Kevin Durant. You know, like, whenever you see Kevin Durant, I don't know if you know who he is, guys, but he's a basketball player. Super tall basketball player. Whenever you see him, he's super tall, so he looks like he doesn't weigh that much. But because of his just pure, like, length, he actually does weigh, like, very similarly to, like, other people his, like, relative size. It just, because of his tall and lankiness, it looks like he's just skinny. But all that length has a lot of mass, boys. That's why I'm surprised Wyverns, like, have as little HP as they do. They're, like, pretty big and, like, scary for, like, how fucking sad of, like, stats they have. Okay, and Boris goes down. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna lie. I did not see that shit coming. I thought Azhag was gonna lose. I thought Azhag was gonna get his shit pushed in and just dumpstered, slapped around a little bit by the Boris in the sky. Got the Boris in the sky, Boris in the sky. Azhag coming in, and that's game, yeah. Once Boris died, I mean, it was definitely game, but, like, I did not expect that to happen, actually. Jesus. I think this was the one that Umbrella was telling me about that was just ridiculous. And it is kind of a roller coaster of emotions. I'm not gonna lie, because I really thought he was gonna die in that last engagement, like, truly. Goji, how long are you streaming? Not like crazy long, to be honest. Probably I'm gonna be streaming for maybe, I mean, I'll do a few more of whatever we have left of these games, and then if someone wants to hop on and play with me, I'll do a couple games. Is it worth it at here in my server? No, I'm not done. I'm not done. I mean, you can add it. Well, I'll leave that up to you. If you want to add everybody, because it's probably going on for at least, like, probably an hour. You know, hour and a half. So I'll leave that to your discretion. If you wish to do the dreaded at here. The dreaded ping of the Discord. Yes. Alright. But yeah, let's get right on to it. And get into this Dark Elf versus Lisbon game. Take a sip of Wawa. Oh, delicious, high quality H2O. Okay. Let's do it. Bam, bam. We got Umize versus Nurgle's PA. We got a glorious Dark Elf build. Cool, Rella. We just, when did I start streaming? About, let's see, an hour and 30 ago, approximately. A little less than that. We got, we just did your game against Yumaz with the greenskins versus was that versus Yumaz? It was versus somebody, yeah. I think it was Yumaz. And Empire versus greenskins, super dope. Yeah, you'll have to go back and watch. I was kind of like, you'll see, like, I was just kind of like taken aback. Like, after the battle, I was like, wait, what? Because Boris was like fighting him to the Azag to the death, and I was like, oh my god, like, Jesus Christ, this is wild. Okay, for the HQ for the Dark Elves, we got Pit of Shades, Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, and just the passive of the Smoke and Mirrors, along with Murderous Prowess, of course. I don't think we have any other characters. Nope, we do have a Master with Encourage, can fly, so he is on a Hellsteed or a little dark flying Pegasus or whatever. We then have 2 War Hydras as single entity monsters. Love it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 4, 5 Black Art Corsairs, and then a Witch Elf. In the backlines, we have the Helibroni and Harganeth Executioners prowling in the woods. And in the back here, we have some Dread Spears, and then, I don't know, 2 Bleak Swords in the middle. Nice. Wide-ass build. Very good stuff with the Chief Sorcerer Lord. For the Lizardman, we also have a pretty wide build. We can probably go and play here. Slam Mage Priest of Life. Got the Cold-Blooded. We got the Bled Statuette, which is direct damage. Pretty nice. Banishment, Regrowth, and Earthblood. Classic lore life stuff. And the Greater Arcane Conduit, etc. We have a Feral Carnosaur and a Mastodon with a Revivification Crystal. Revivification. And for the Skirmish, it looks like 2 4 Chameleon Skinks. We have the 2 Skink Cohort with Javelin. And then a bunch of Skinks for the front line here. Just the regular good old Skinky Skinks. For Cav, it looks like 1 Cold One Spear Rider, 2 Cold One Spear Rider, and a couple Cold Ones out in the flanks. Let's see what they look like with this kind of orange cool. It's not quite, it's like brown, brown coloring here. I don't mind it. It looks kind of cool. Respect. All right. Hydras. Master. Fighting over some Cold Ones. The Chameleons are going to be a problem for that War Hydra, but the War Hydra does have the Rebirth? Or no, it has Regen. That's what it has, yep. And then another takes its place, and it has 4 uses of that. Excellent, excellent. So it does a lot of healing. They will definitely want to chunk it down, though, because it does have only 60 armor and shielded, so it's definitely worth shooting that big monster and getting it down to its healing cap when you can. Especially for the late game, these things can be nasty. Feral Carnosaur coming in for the strike in the rear. Headbutts his booty, does some good damage, while the Cold One Spear Riders are also trying to chase them down, but they will probably get caught up in these Bleak Swords. Carnosaur not so much, as he stampedes through all of them and tries to smash into the back of that Hydra again. The Cav actually does manage to catch up to the Hydra through the kind of gap in the infantry lines there. Cold Ones routing. Hydra relatively okay, but taking a good amount of damage. Routing both of these Feral Cold Ones off. Some magic being thrown down on the Chameleon Skinks, a Pit of Shades. Very nice, but I don't know, I feel like I would have want to use it on maybe some Cav, like the Cold One Knights, or perhaps like some other grouped up side of infantry. Chameleon Skink is good to get rid of, trust me, and if you can get rid of all of them via magic, it's decently worth it, but it's still like a very large amount of wins of magic for just taking out a Chameleon Skink, for sure. Hellbroni beating up the Skink cohort with javelins while getting shot with the good old chameleons here. It's going to be hard pressed to see all those missiles make it in the back, even though they're not facing them with their shields, so there is some cross damage going on there. The center's being pretty much cleaned up by the Lizards, though, and the right flank is claimed by the Dark Elves. So there's some interesting dynamics here in this battle, as the flanks seem to have fallen to the Elves, and the center was broken through by the strength of the kind of hero, rather single entity monster squad of the Lizards. Lizards coming in, clapping some Bleak Sword booty, while the flanks were trounced upon by the dreaded Hydras. Hellbroni duking it out with the skink cohort. Witch elves really haven't even been engaged that much. Yeah, they're 38. Coming to support. And some of the chameleon skinks are surviving, but again, in Ultra, I think skirmish units have been slightly nerfed because the damage wasn't like pretty much like upscaled completely. So like chameleon skinks, I really think they didn't fall off, but they're less effective than they were in Game 2 for sure at just like DPSing stuff down. And also the Hargonath executioners have like 100 armor in trees, so yeah, they might want to conceal or conserve their ammo and let them escape the forest first before unleashing more volleys. War Hydra pretty healthy, the other Hydra seems pretty healthy, and that is the scary part for the lizards here. They do have reclaimed the point. They do have reclaimed the point, boy. And they are sitting there waiting for the elves. That being said, the War Hydras are menaces to society in this particular situation. Unless you can get those chameleon skinks back around and back online here. They are getting chased down by the Master, who's, fortunately for them, not on a Manticore, so he can't actually scare them or terrify them away. These guys can still run for their little lives with Strider. And, oh, I guess they just have missile resist. They don't have physical anymore, so they're not as slippery as they once were. Still going to take some good damage while getting chased down in melee. Cold One Spear Riders surrounding the War Hydra with the Carnosaur coming in. Obviously not a good engagement for the War Hydra, and as the Hydra takes that engagement alone, he'll be at a big disadvantage, but with the Hydras together, and if the Witch Elves can start rampaging these units, would be huge catch, because then you could potentially Pit of Shades these guys, fucking just get them out of position and run in some infantry to deal some chip damage to them. Ooh, yes. So, ooh, good breath attack, and then I would even like to see like a Pit of Shades right there, run away with the Witch Elves and just end it right there. But the fact that they're both rampaged, War Hydra coming in to get the charge here, really comes down to like when you have relatively equal anti-large and like you're kind of fighting, it's all about jockeying for charge and position, right? Because this Hydra, if alone, will get slapped by these guys surrounded, right? But if he's charging through infantry while they're already fighting, then they're going to be taking some massive damage from those charge attacks. It's just going to be gross. That's where the Carnosaur needs to come in and try to, you know, mitigate as much damage by attacking the War Hydras while they're trying to pursue you. And right now, this is a good situation, even with Witch Elves coming in to rampage. These Cold One Spear Riders should be able to get some good chunk damage on these War Hydras. War Hydras are one of those units that also seem to be not taking a lot of damage when units are pursuing them, but I think that has to do with the kind of jankiness of unit charge interactions on this patch as well. Clubbing with RTS gamers. I can't imagine anything more fun. Oh yeah. So really like, oh my god, oh, he did the animation, boom! Oh yeah! Get dunked on by the Slan, you bitch! Oh dude, holy shit, I love that animation. Guys, did you see that shit? Oh my god, I almost missed it. Where the Slan just like grabs the fuck, oh my god, he did it again? Oh, the chances of that are very low, dude. Like, the chances of that synced animation are not high at all. Like, oh yeah. But yes, please let it happen. Because he's still fighting them, so there's actually a good chance of it happening if he's fighting one-on-one. But, yeah, the Slan is getting a little done dirty. Getting done a little rough. Because the good old Hydras are surrounding him. Anti-large. Carnosaur coming in to smack onto the Sorcerers, but I think it just came down to the Hydra play, really. I mean, the Hydras actually did manage to they get good engagements on the Cold One Spear Riders, pretty much avoid the Feral Carnosaur, who was putting in some good DPS on them, and the Slan got compromised as well. So this Hydra play has been very good. Very, very good. Kind of the crux of this fight, honestly. Slan waddling away, and he floated away. As he gets, does he get terrified or just routed off? He just gets routed off. The War Hydra's still putting in work, gonna pretty much beat up most everything aside from this Carnosaur, but I mean, they will beat up this Carnosaur given time, 2-on-1, and surrounded by the... Oh, I thought it was the Helibroni. It's just the Dread Spears, unfortunately, vanilla version. The Helibroni are stuck in combat. It's okay. I know it's a different unit, but it seems like they've been stuck in combat with the Skink cohort for like eons, bro. It's just the eternal fight between Helibroni and their quest against the Skinks. Yes, bloodied up with the blood of Lizardmen and Elf all across the field. But I think I have a good ratio of like blood to like size. You know, I think this is an appropriate amount of blood. I like it. You can still see sort of a good amount of the model while it not being entirely covered in just like red splotches. But yeah, I think that's gonna pretty much like wrap up that game because the Slan can get chased, and as much as we want to see Hero Bastillodon kill off 2 War Hydras, I just don't think it's gonna happen. Even though they're at heal cap, but 3,000, 3,000. I mean 7,000 for the Bastillodon, but even then he's gonna get surrounded, cycle charged, and just beat down. Little poor old Gary gonna get smacked by the multi-headed menaces to society. Blood to not blood ratio is accepted. Yes, exactly right. Like I think that it's a good amount. Yes, I like some blood. It's Warhammer. Embrace the gritty, the dark fantasy. But yeah, it's a bit absurd. Like sometimes Korn just went a little ham. I feel like Korn himself designed the blood. It's like, yes, it must cover the entirety of the body, like Carrie from the movie Carrie. Alright, hard to get your minds. We got the Supreme Sorceress with 2,200, very juicy value, around 2,000 for each of the War Hydras. Very excellent use of War Hydras, you rarely see it, but very, very juicy stuff. The Master got some okay value, did his job, was a pest, you know, was just disrupting stuff and being good at pressuring. Hargoness really didn't do much, but I guess it didn't have to because the Hydras and stuff definitely put in the work for him. Witch Elves are pretty good at rampaging those cold ones in the mid-game, or late game there. Because these guys, if they were able to pull out a little quicker and regroup the Feral Carnosaur, they could have gotten healed and just kind of... The game probably would have been a little closer if not for those Witch Elves. Let's see, Blackheart Corsairs doing some good damage, but it's all against Skinks. And kind of same for the Dread Spears and Bleak Swords. They got crumped in the middle by the Carnosaur and Cold One combo there. GG, GG, GG. Alright, so we have this one. Let's see. I don't think this is... I mean, this is just from a random... This isn't that good of a game, is the issue. Oh, this was a test one, too. Okay. So I guess we'll go for the final game here, which will be Dark Elves versus Dwarves. And then if anyone wants to hop on, we will be down to play some games. If not, we can call it a little early stream, a little 2-hour stream. I'm fine with that. But yeah, if anybody wants to hop on after this, let me know. Ooh. Oh, yes. Alright, let's watch the review. Oh, no, not this one. No. No. Oh, this was a good one, you know. Umbrella, you did work. And you Mize, you put up a hell of a fight. This was a ridiculous replay, actually. I've stuck a couple replays of mine that still work in the vanilla, though they're not vanilla. Oh, right. They're with the Duke's Damned Nations mod. The Duke, are a good friend of the mod here, has helped us a lot actually with it. Has his own mod that is, I believe, adds a bunch of new units and buildings and stuff. Whatever. Yes. We could perhaps check that out. Maybe in a different stream we'll go over just a bunch of like land battle cap point combined with the damnations or something. Let's quit the replay. What's going on, Mr. T? How are you doing, man? Alright, this was a good game though. Azhag was a beast. Somehow came out of that. And yeah. Let's get some Dark Elf v Dwarf action in here. I know we just saw a Dark Elf game, but it is too late. You need to see it again. You're gonna see it again, brother. You're gonna see it again. Ooh. But yeah, this is interesting because usually Sabris, who is playing the dwarves currently, brings hero squads, which are very potent for dwarves in general. I feel like they're decent against Dark Elves too. Well, looks like Yumai's had some other plans as well. He brought a Foot Malekith. Holy crap. Footakith. Okay. And Gaze of Malice, Soul Stealer Classic, and Word of Pain. Then he's got Immune to Psychology and all these other bullshit abilities. No, just Immune to Psychology, some Physical Resist, Missile Resist, you know, some classic Lord stuff. Just some Masters on foot as well with Armor Piercing, Anti-Large. Very good stuff. I guess it's for more so for the Armor Piercing for the dwarves because they're not large people. In the woods we have the Blades of the Blood Queen. Very hype Executioners. Or the Harganeth Executioners. And they have that such a cool stance, man. It's so badass. Then another regular Harganeth. Dark Charge with shields. And then, of course, some Witch Elves. 2 of them. 2 of the Black Ark Corsairs running up the flanks. And 4 Bleak Swords, big chillin' in the center here. Going to be the main line for the Dark Elves. Let's see, for the HQ for Legio and the Dwarves, we have Thoric Ironbrow on his toilet seat. And he just has, oh, actually has a lot. So he's Rune of Doom, Rune of Negation, Rune of Wrath and Ruin, the good explosion one, Immune to Psychology, Locust Power is really good for casting. It'll make sure every time Mal is cast within, 100 meters of him, he will deal damage to them. 100%, or yeah, 400. I don't know why I read 100%, but 50% armor piercing damage, which is really good. And then yeah, Rune of Hearth and Home. So his main force consists of a lot of miners, 4 of them with blasting charges, 1 with not, 1 dwarf warrior, 2 rangers. Is there any correlers? No, 4 rangers, 2 slayers, 2 organ guns. Wow, 2 organ guns. What a chat. The organ guns actually are going to put in a lot of pain over to these Witch Elves and Black Ark Corsairs as they're trying to do the long jog between one giant pillar and another. These guys are probably going to get another. Oh. Dang, if he had fired at the Black Ark Corsairs, he would have absolutely shredded them because they're going like that column formation, just right at the right angle for the organ guns. Really good stuff. But then their line of sight will be cut off because of this rock here. Unless, I guess, they turn about face. Yeah, if they shoot right now, they could get a juicy fire into the Witch Elves. Organ guns over here, firing into the Witch Elves on this end, and Witch Elves just all around are feeling hated. I really want to see this one. Is he firing? No, he's firing against them. Very nice. Okay. Gyrocopters being just nuisances around town. Master and Malekith are finally waddling into position. As you can see, Yumai loves using the strategy of using the wide map and infantry to be able to slowly position, which can be very advantageous when you're trying to take advantage of full surrounds and try to break into boxes and other defensive formations that your enemy may lay for you. The gyrocopters absolutely smashing into these masters with their brimstone guns and putting in work. I don't even know if I covered the gyrocopters, but they're definitely here, being absolute gyrocopter menaces. I mean, these things just pay for themselves. Like, it's hard not to pay for themselves, you know? Like, they're just very good. Yeah, 20 ammunition left, and they've already gotten 1,000 value. Pretty good shit. Pretty good shit. Isolated Master. Might want to be careful. He's fighting against a bunch of Slayers and Thoric. Thoric's got armor piercing. Slayers have pretty good weapon strength and attack. Well, decent attack if you're an infantry-sized unit. 1 second, I need to clear my little throat. There we go. So now, Master isolated as well. So these Masters being by themselves is not great. I'd probably keep them together as much as possible because of the Brimstone guns doing what they do best, picking apart stuff. What is that called? Murderous prowess proccing for the Dark Elves, giving a faction-wide buff for all these maniacal, evil elves here, just wanting to murder and kill as much as possible. Malekith putting in work. Malekith is definitely a better combatant on paper than Thoric is, but when he's surrounded by stuff and he's his, he actually doesn't have armor piercing, so yeah, he's not going to be doing a ton here, purely because of the 120 armor of Thoric. Like, Thoric can negate like a shit ton of Malekith's damage if he rolls good on the armor. Brimstone guns firing in, going to be hard pressed to get some really good shots, at least on the characters, but on the Hargoneths they can rain some damage in, especially going across like this. Yeah, shooting down the line. Black Arc Corsairs running in and smacking into some miners. Witch Elves doing their thing. But yeah, the majority of the dwarf line has actually crumbled. The flank by Umaz has worked wonderfully, and the infantry for the dwarves did not hold up to the test of the Dark Elf fuckery. Now that the hero squad's a little more out in the open, gyrocopters are going to be raining hell down upon them and pretty much being able to rout them off pretty easy. Good thing is that Malekith can use Soul Stealer, and also that he is not that bad in melee and can surround himself with his troops, so he might not have to get shot so ruthlessly. Some of the other troops might absorb those shots. Gyrocopters come in and slam into Malekith now that they're out of ammo. But yeah, it was a very good attempt on these gyrocopters' part, but I don't think it'll save the good old Toilet Master from a death, a horrible, no good death to the knife ears. Oh, and he falls on his little dwarven face, his blood-covered anvil here, unfortunately. And that will probably signal an L for the dwarves across the land, and rapture in blood and glory for Cain, the elven god of murder. So yeah, nice. What is the lore name for what do the dwarves call the dark elves? It's not grungy. I forgot what they're called. I don't know, dude. Dwarves have all these silly names for all the people they hate. Chad, pause your Malekith after killing Zorn. Yeah, he really just kind of stand up. He's like, yes, impotent fool. I will show you the nature of true power. And before he gets absolutely sniped to shit by these guys. At least he has a shield block chance of 50 there. Is that 50? Yeah, silver shield is 50. I don't know why it's glitching out right now. So give me the, yeah. Miss a block chance there. Okay, yeah, so I get it. 60, okay. 60% for the shield, which is pretty good stuff. But yeah, the dwarves, it's over for the dwarves now. They're just kind of jockeying for maybe a Lord Snipe just for posterity's sake, you know. But I think this is pretty much donezo now. Drop some bombs. We got a rallied unit of Rangers and some gyrocopters who are beating on these dark shards, who did not end up doing a lot this game. I didn't really see them do anything, to be fair, but yes. Oh, swarm the copters, kill them. They are unnatural. Long in the realm of the living. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much over for the dwarves. I think it's just getting their last licks in before that good night comes on. The gyrocopter chasing animation is pretty funny. It's like, just kind of like charge him with the front of it and then kind of sideswipe him with the blades. Kind of interesting. Alright. 1,000 value on Malekith. 300 on one of the Masters, but the Masters kind of did their job. They did get shot to shit by the gyrocopters, but as you can see, that really didn't pay off in the end. Some of the Hargonets were taking damage, but it's really just that, like, even though the organ guns got some good shots off, I think they one of them paid for themselves, so one of them actually did good value, and I was betting that was kind of off to the side, hitting that big flank formation. The other one did all right. I just don't think you need. I'm not sure if you need two. They are a good amount of money, and if you can't make them pay for themselves, it could be a big detriment, right? But I get the idea for sure. It's a very good pressure for both infantry and the wagons. So yeah. Alrighty, GG. That was a good one. It was a very good one indeed. Alright, it looks like we've pretty much run ourselves dry here. Oh, yep, that was just a test. Okay. Yeah, if anybody wants to hop on, let me see if anybody's messaged or anything. Anybody want to fight the Gouge? Take the Gouge out on a little bit of a scrap. Want to duel the Slowgy? Fisticuffs? Oh, yeah. Let's see, I'm gonna message, Wicked. Looks like he's actually AFK. Looks like he's AFK, so yeah. Umbrella, if you want to hop on in a sec here, that'd be cool. We'll open up a lobby real quick. Lobby. First battle. Land. Oh, I forget that you have to select. Okay, land. Oh, yeah. Password is 1, guys. 4-way, let's get 5. If we can do, yeah, if we could do like a 2v2 or something in the land battle, that'd be kind of wild. Because I think we have the points set up so they can work. So this is being ignored, feels like. Oh, do you want the mod status? Here, brother. You are now a mod. How does it feel? Congratulations. You played yourself. Now you have to mod whenever I ask, and if you don't, I'll come to your house and tickle your dog. Yep. You didn't expect that. You didn't expect that one, did you? I'll just use the description. Yeah, the description has the mod and my little weird Discord link, because I just leave it in every video. Firing up. Oh yeah, let's get some ones against the Umbrella. Smack him around a little bit. No, the Umbrella's pretty good. It's be hard pressed to beat the Umbrella. Woo. But yeah, let's get it's time for some army blocker shenanigans now. We can finally do it. See what we have as the current one. That's pretty dope. That one is pretty dope. How do you guys feel about the arcade, the Archie art? Archie art's pretty wild, huh? I really like that, like, wavy, kind of wild, like, filling in the, like, blank spaces of the, like, different, demons and such. And that, like, that's just a really cool design right there. Love it. Alright, so I think we'll start. Chat, what do you guys want me to play? What do you want me to play? And I'll either say no, screw you, or yes. But more than likely, yes. A filthy people pleaser. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Tufel got in there first. Oh, God. Let's see. What do you want to pick for bands? Yeah, it's full umbrella. You got beat, bro. You got beat. Alright, Tufel. Let's go. So if we can get a 2v2, actually, let's see if we can get a 2v2 in here. That'd be kind of fun. Uh, here, let's do a fun 2v2 first. Okay. A Last Frontier. Yeah, we haven't seen Last Frontier. I'm gonna actually be running this next one, the Green Comet in the in the tournament tomorrow, Brain Fart, and we're going to use it as like the finals thing because it looks really dope. So I think we'll show off that one. I haven't looked at Green Shrine. It doesn't look crazy like even per se. I don't know, you know. The Last Frontier is pretty cool. We could actually let's do the Last Frontier. Yeah, I agree. Uh, okay, let's see. Umbrella might have dipped. Okay, I'll just message Mr. Twofold then, and we'll just do a 1v1 because nobody's hopping on. Okay. Okay, no, he's. Okay, y'all are coming. Hop in now. Whoever gets here first, that's it. Okay, so Strat or Umbrella, hop in. One of you do it. Password is 1. Do it, do it. Yep, Robane's with me, baby. Oh yeah. And then yeah, we'll just pick as you know whatever. So I'll probably stay Grand Cathay because I've just been on Grand Cathay for a minute. So I'll honor my little words here. He said goddamn password. Yep, it's too late, bro. We can run some ones, or we can maybe even watch you 1v1, like Umbrella or something, Strat, in the next one. Okay, so let's see. What do we want here? Let's make sure the blocker actually can block somewhat. There we go. I don't mind if you see my little last unit here. I really don't care. Probably won't even make a 20 stack. Okay, so Hiles Nurgle. We're going Kislev. Do we want to get Robane in the chat? Robane, do you want to be in chat? Do you want to be in voice chat? I'll message him. Oh,
Yes.
hello.
Set up troop. Let's go.
Yes. What's going on, man? How you do?
I'm alright.
Yes, yes, good, good, good. All right. So it looks like they're going High Elves Nurgle, but I mean, I haven't really confirmed that, but I, I'm thinking they're going High Elves Nurgle. So that is a combo. That is a
Clean and stinky.
yes, clean and stinky, all in one.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Uh-oh. So, hmm. I mean, I think we can go like really like evil, like ranged combinations, right?
Guns,
Like,
guns, guns.
yeah, I'm thinking. So we can't really go like I can't really go like a sky junked per se because of the high elves, but well, I mean maybe I do, and like bait them, and get some like longbow riders. Ooh, yes, yes,
Longma.
longma, longma balls in your mouth. Oh, okay, sorry, that's very, very bad, very bad. Okay, we're just gonna get regrowth. Some other things that the Meow Yang might want. I guess I'm kind of spoiling my own army, but whatever. It is what it is.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Welcome. Welcome. Okay. Yeah, it seems like a glorious. And then I can have pretty cheap, like, decently cheap infantry as well. Thinking maybe, like, 400... 260. You know what? I think we do want to just maybe stick with the Fire Rain Rocket Battery instead. It's cheaper, and dragons aren't going to absolutely murder it. I don't mind having, like, the longbows, though, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Conduit, yes. Guardian Skull, yes. Snowflake Bandit. No, I'm not a snowflake. What was the good one? Was Blizzard good? I think it is.
Yeah.
Just this one,
No,
right?
yeah, Blizzards are right, I believe. I've seen it do some stuff sometimes, yes. Okay. Bring...
Hey man spam always works.
He said trust. Trust.
In the man spam, yeah. You do man spam too. As long as we man spam, the high elves ain't got shit on us.
Exactly.
But Nurgle does because, Nurgle.
Yeah, Nurgle is Nurgle though, just...
He always has shits on people.
Yeah, it's rough, it's rough. What can we do in such reckless hate? I want to bring... Okay, you know what actually I can bring? I just need to cut stuff.
Probably while watching your hand, actually. That would work against his reckless hate.
Exactly. I can take that out, yeah. Go bam, bam. Okay. That's the strategy. It's gonna be wild, bro.
Yeah, whatever, man. You carry.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing it. Okay, guys, we're ready to go.
Last time I played, when the beta got released. How long is that? Like almost a year, I think.
Oh god, dude. It's time for us to... This kind of... Well, okay, I like this. Although he's doing green. And maybe I should go red. Let's see, what is it?
Faction colors, yes.
I'm gonna go Rebel Lords of Nanyang. That looks like a dope scheme.
I'm going to the Shina Enclave, so I have the original army book extension color scheme.
Oh, the original army book extension.
Yeah, you know where the horses have like red underbodies and shit. From the
Yeah,
that's so lit.
Yeah, it is pretty wild. Yeah, that's pretty wild stuff. Strat doesn't want that smoke. Yeah, I'm sorry, Strat. You took an L. You could not get here in time, brother. I'm sorry. But now we must wait for these chumps to ready up. These fools. See, and I don't see...
Yeah.
I refuse. The only knife ears I'll play... Wood elves, man. Well, actually, I don't mind the idea of playing dark elves. It's just that they always, like... when I see them
You-
being played, I'm just like annoyed.
You just only bring the naked women. That's good. That's
Yes,
a good dark elf build.
that is true. I would just bring the crone. I would bring all Sisters of
Top G dark elf
Slaughter,
build.
Sisters of Slaughter, you know, witch elves, the hags, and then like, you know, get a little bit of mix of like dudes in there too. You know, just throw in some warlock, Doomfire warlocks, just have naked guys, dude, just flying around on horses. Imagine that, dude.
This is getting kind of weird, man.
Imagine like, just bare like ass riding a horse. You know, like that'd be the worst, right? Like, how do these guys do it? Like you were suffering, you know. You were suffering.
I mean, they're kind of into pain, right? So
yeah, like their cheeks are just raw, and they're like, yes, this is enjoyable to me. The cult of
This is life.
Yeah, you're just like, this is life. This is life. This is life. God. We are waiting upon them.
Seriously, man. Well, it's like you take 5 high elf spearmen. That's your build because you can't afford anymore.
Yeah.
It's not that hard, man.
Yeah, bro.
There
Just
we
pick army, bro. Come on. No, Mr. 2-4. He did it. He did it. All right.
So are you a dirty cafe abuser?
Not really. I just started playing them kind of recently because I like the Dragon
Winning.
Twins, and I like the idea of the faction. It's just that like when they first came out, I was very turned off by them because of all the super strong harmony stuff, and I don't know. Like before, like people started figuring out the matches, like Meow just felt like disgusting. Like she just felt like an evil creature. Like it was just like, yep, I'm a dragon and I can heal too. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like why?
It's okay, Tuval. You were just thinking if you wanted five high elf spearmen and 4 archers, or 5 archers and 4 high elf spearmen.
Right.
That's what we were thinking about. I know you. I know you.
Oh, it's all good, man. It is all good in the hood. Once we load into the hood, that is. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're going to speed up the camera a little bit. Because I need to actually play here. To actually function. That's good enough.
Can't you believe they actually buffed Kislev? Actually, a faction I play, they buffed them.
No, but that's not. They can't do that. They can't buff stuff you play, dude. That's not right.
That's impossible, man.
That ain't right, dog.
That never happened.
Okay, so it looks like there's
Back
like
in round 2, played a lot of Odrician Kingdom. Boom, nerfs.
Boom. So this is an asymmetrical map. It's not exactly the same. We have like a little like ridge, I guess we can hide some stuff.
Yeah.
They have forests. I mean, we kind of have forest too. I don't know. I think definitely some like ridges should have been put in either here or here on this side, on the other side. Well, yeah, it's just not quite the same. This is a big ass hill we have. Okay, so yeah, let's like combine as one.
I took a Griffin Legion a patch too early, I think.
Yeah, patched earlier.
For here for style points.
Okay, so
Yo, Goji, zoom in on those red bottom horses.
the which one?
The normal wing lancers. The horses got like red bottoms, like legs. That's bottoms.
They have the winged lancers for me just have like little white like. I mean, they have red feathers and stuff. Okay. What does the Griffin Legion look like? They're pretty gold. Oh wow, they're really gold looking. They're really cool, actually. Okay, I digress now. We have a lot of different lancers, actually. The Jade Lancers, too.
Yep.
That's very good. And they're pretty dope looking, too, dude. Oh yeah, look at this Jade. The Jade Warriors.
Yeah, I could just start trolling you and hit the start button.
That would troll the hell out of me, yes. Okay, so we probably want a cannon here. Okay, cannon here. And then like a just we'll have our guys on the flanks here. That guy. That guy.
Lifting bare arms in an Arctic area. Good idea, guys.
You're
Dumb
good.
shit.
Yeah, the Githans are all dressed for like summertime and it's just like snowing. It's like, yep.
Yeah. But we got fur. Really? Hmm.
Really? Here, do you want to move your Griffin Legion back a little bit? We're gonna put some archers like in the. Actually, I can put them behind. Actually, I wouldn't mind putting them behind.
Peasant archers.
It's a Griffin Legion.
Archers. Minds as
Yeah.
one.
Did you ever see that meme AI drawing of Peter Griffin? But then like as Griffin from Berserk?
Oh Jesus Christ! It's Berserk.
Yeah.
Defenders of Cafe.
That's legendary, dude.
That's pretty wild. Not gonna lie.
I gotta find that one on my phone.
Pretty
Okay,
wild.
Ready to defend.
Okay,
That's gotta
so,
be your new screen blocker, I
um,
think.
Tempest.
yeah.
Rocket battery. Fight as
Once I
one.
find it. I would use the screen blocker.
Find harmony.
Oh yeah. That'll be the screen blocker. Yes. Okay.
Never conquered.
I'm good to go. Do we ready up on these fools? I think we give them a little bit. Twofold, are you ready, man? You ready to go? Meow is ready. And did you bring Boris? Or who'd you bring?
Mistress of storm.
Just random witch.
Random Witch. Nice. Miss Random Witch. Wait, where is the Random Witch? There's the Random Witch. Very nice. Looks like she has a little mushroom on her head. Like her cap, it looks like a mushroom. Like from like a little bit, it just looks like she looks like what is that character? Toad from Mario.
Yeah. She's starring in the new Mario movie.
She is starring in the new Mario.
Played by
Storm
Anna
Guardian
Taylor-Joy.
Call, very nice. And then yeah, for Meow we got the Regrowth and Towns of the Night. Good stuff. There we go. Alright.
The storm dragon will lead you to victory.
I mean I think
This is my
we can move
vow.
up a little bit here.
The
Gucci Gucci.
storm dragon.
Yes.
As long as you can put the guns on the ridge, I'm fine, I guess.
Acceptable.
Yeah. Because the cannons might want to actually sit back a little bit here, but like...
Oh
Because
god, it's
the more
Oh,
I'm
no.
thinking about this, like, there's a huge line of sight issues for like a lot of this stuff. We might have to shift like up into like here. I don't know. Do I have the stencils? Like up into this area. I don't know if you can
Valerio
see that.
Reburn.
And then kind of turn that way, low key. Okay.
For the defense.
Oh, was that on the Lyrian Reavers? Very nice. Didn't really mean to do that, but yeah,
We'll
yeah.
take it.
We'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it.
Yes.
But yeah, let's get some like
The Emperor.
some good little positioning here.
Shenyang sends us.
Guess we can just keep these
Shenyang's
guys.
faithful.
I don't know, just protecting
The
our
Emperor
stuff.
expects.
Get that guy there. That
Marching
guy
as
there.
one.
You want to move up your guys? Yeah, I can move up this cannon at least. Like the other cannon may just want to stay like right here.
Defenders of Cathay.
Archers. Guided by ancestors.
Set by
Let's
dragon.
grab-
Yeah, just not our infantry too much.
For the
This is true.
dragon.
No, we
we're
must
starting
blob.
on
We
one.
must blob. This thing doesn't want to be firing at those guys. This thing's taking a lot of damage too, actually.
With infinite pride.
Guided by ancestors.
Take
Okay,
answers.
and if we move up these guys, we can maybe
Marching in
pressure
ordered ranks.
Imric even more here.
Never conquered.
Sent by
There's,
dragons.
The celestial faithful.
Peasant archers. Wind
Dang,
and
these guys are
fire.
getting tossed. They're getting their salad tossed by the soul grinders here.
Defenders of
So I'm gonna have to.
Marching as one.
We can't really do anything
The
with.
storm wind blows. Cavalry.
Spears! Thoughts in harmony!
We can shoot
For
on
the
the
moon
spearman.
dragon. Cavalry.
I don't know if we really want to charge those guys quite
Oh,
yet.
there's a whole board army
The
there.
celestial
Those
daughter.
dragon princes? No, they're not.
Gyrod's fury.
Bringing harmony!
Okay, we're gonna charge there.
Ready to
Gonna
defend.
transform.
For the
Get some
moon
good
dragon!
charges there. Okay, I think we have a pretty good. Aside from your lord getting absolutely like schnuffled.
Harmony.
Ooh, that was a.
Guided by ancestors.
Okay, now we can charge it.
Yes!
Never conquered.
Okay, we might have been able to pick Emmerich right there, maybe.
Restore
Yeah, the cats are on.
order!
And we can
Anything
get
for
there.
Cathay.
What's over here?
Raise the dragons! Seeking Cathay's foe!
Is Emmerich in pain over here?
Wind and fire.
Move as wind!
Jade lancers.
Stone and steel!
He took off.
And then we can. That's all right. We'll fuck him up in the air with meow.
The celestial faithful! March in ordered ranks!
Here,
Harmonious front!
there.
Archers!
You can go kill.
For the moon dragon!
Aid me.
Oh, I think we might need to.
Cavalry!
It is decreed.
Uh,
Celestial faithful.
Let my dragon! Warriors!
yeah, they can shoot into there. I guess. What are
Cavalry!
these guys doing? They're doing okay. Dang. So it looks like the Mage of Life is still alive.
Warriors!
Where are these guys?
Wind and fire!
Praise the dragons.
Ways the dragons. He's getting chased by Meow and company. Wondering where we can land a fat Talons of the Night though. So the mid's going like eh. It's going alright.
Sword and
These
steel!
Marauders Merle, yeah, okay.
We obey!
Go there, these guys should
They
go
will
there.
perish!
Stone and steel.
There.
Jade! Warriors!
Okay. Where's Meow?
The celestial daughter.
Cavalry!
We can probably get out of
March for the
Emmerich is on the Zealand Cup, at least.
here. Yeah. I need to get these guys away though, and these guys. Ooh.
Marching as one! For the moon dragon!
ready to defend. Mistress of storms.
For the Emperor! Peasant archers! Fight as one! Guided by ancestors!
These guys out of the way. These
Wind
guys.
and fire! For Cathay! Order and
Seems like
balance!
Nurgle fights alone, so that's good
Peasant
for us.
archers!
Yes, yes.
Peasant spearmen!
Oh, flank coming, flank
I
coming.
don't know where these guys are. Okay, there we
Move in formation.
go. I was like, wait a second, where are we going?
Doji, you're dead.
Where?
Dragon guard!
Trying to draw, damn it. On your cannons.
The cannon. Oh, the dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, I can try to save them.
March in order the ranks!
Cannon. Actually, yeah, let's go with this.
I give assent.
That should get rid of those plague bearers pretty nicely.
Spears!
Set my dragons.
Send Yang's faithful!
Rangers should get worked by Meow or Meow Yang. And she also should transform back so she can heal those longbows.
Shen Yang sends us!
Okay, we need to start getting on
Wind
that
and
point.
fire.
at some point
Attack in
here.
unison! Order and balance!
Who decided to add points to this stuff?
Joking, yeah. He's like, I'm over here suspecting. No! Lies.
Retreat! Withdraw!
Fight as one!
Okay, I mean, we're somewhat surviving here.
They will perish! Cannon!
Let's see,
Anything for Kate!
those.
Never conquered!
Master of Tempests!
Yeah, let's see if we can get the Emmerich here.
Mistress of Storm!
Get the Emmerich. Oh,
Harmonious
get him.
Frost!
They will perish!
I don't know. Oh god, where's the spearman going? God, with the cinematic, it's so rough. Okay.
Times!
Yeah, I think it took out my lead.
Yeah, it took
queen.
out your
Queen.
queen.
Cavalry!
My queen.
Withdraw!
March for the Emperor! For the Emperor!
Okay, I'm wondering if we can get a fat, like, no, not really. Thought I could get a 3-unit pound of the knife, but not really. Emmerich and this prince are just absolute menaces to society.
Overwhelmed! Might of Gairan!
Peasant spearmen!
Jade Lancers!
J-Lens can go there, I guess.
Attack in unison!
Seeking cover!
Okay, we need to take this
Move in
point.
formation!
For the defense!
Cavalry!
My power is absolute! Celestial fury!
By celestial decree!
Alright, we should be able to F Emmerich up with the longma support, baby. Yeah, yeah.
Archers! Whatever is required!
Can shoot those guys.
Guys, to the point.
Never conquered!
Retreat! Withdraw!
With pride!
I think it's over. I think we have taken it now. Our little plans did not add up on this, the terrain of this map.
Retreat! Withdraw!
We got smacked.
Oh, you got smacked. You know, I haven't played in a while. So I
He's
can't
like,
really-
oh my god. Alright, let's see if we can get a juicy, like, storm in the, or towns in the night here. We're gonna leave in,
Cavalry!
oh, that was a gross dragon breath. Guess they're kind of chilling.
Seeking Cathay's foes!
Witness their demise!
I want him to bring in, like, one other unit,
Never conquered!
so I can towns at the night and it'll be juicy.
Stone and steel! Spears!
No. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get a recharge on Emmerich.
Grand cannon!
Oh, what the-
Whatever is required!
How did that happen? Oh, we can just go like that.
Soviet!
Retreat! Withdraw!
Okay, we'll get them. Yeah, she's gonna die to the Demon Prince. Oh, that is a GG. Point foul for
Green
them.
boy too strong.
Too strong, too strong.
Get your anti-large on top of that soldier.
Alright, I'm conceding the defeateth. I have invested. Meow has died. Oh yeah. GG's, that was fun. That was a wild game. Yeah, the cannons and fire rain rocket battery just did not have a chance to do anything.
Oh, that cat did not pay for itself.
Yeah, that calf was rough. That calf was rough. Our cab was not on point there.
Yeah. I got
We did
ambushed
not
by
channel our inner Zyphos, and we did not cycle charge like good boys should. Yeah, that was just a dude, and so wild having such a wide map to like work with. It's like like you have to position pretty spread out in order to get all the angles and stuff. Meow did good. The Righteous Lances did good. We could have probably taken down Imric or the Prince. I just don't think we had enough punching power to do both. All right. I know, no Dragon Prince is blasphemy. I agree.
The Robane did not do
Imric
so
with Fleshy
good.
Abundance is survived. For sure. All right. Does anybody want to hop in for some 1v1s, or does anybody want to 1v1 and let me spectate? Anybody interested in these things? That was a pretty good, pretty glorious 2v2, but I would like to end it out on one more, possibly two more
I can do one
1v1s
more.
there.
And we'll leave the spot up to somebody else after that.
Dope. Alright, you playing Zinch, you bastard?
Why does that make me a bastard, Gojira? You're playing Kafai, man.
Well, I'm not playing Cathay, I'm playing... Dun dun dun... Ogres. No, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll play Ogres. I'll try Ogres versus Zinch, fuck it. This would be wild. This would be a wild time. I have to play one game with World Beater, but I'll play the second game if you need another one. Excellent. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
What are these things? Chaos Warriors of Siege Halberds.
What do I do with these? Alright, we're gonna go full wild stuff here. So I have to go him. I just have to. Oh wait, hold on. Let me get the blocker up. Blocker, and then we can edit it.
I don't need a Royal Air Guard.
So don't worry, you don't need a blocker.
I'm not peeking.
Let's see. We'll get Italian Spartacus dressed as a crab. How about that? There we go.
As a crab or a crab?
A crab with a B.
Yeah. See? Context matters.
Oh yeah. Classic. Classic Italian here. Let's see, we got the
Let's take something with a little bit of flair.
with a little bit of pizzazz. Alright. Yeah. Do we go with those?
Get me a mount.
I think we go with those, baby. Oh yeah.
How do you play this game again?
Is it actually? Wait, what? And, Yeah, I think there it is. We'll go like that. Then that gives us what? Well, okay, let's go here. Yes.
I just need more stuff.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
That's what I'm feeling here. I need more stuff. I mean, I got them to a large way with a double on anti-large. I can just You need something to kill snotlings, or what are they called? The guys with the nose. What are they called again?
Yeah, the nose. Yeah, the Noblars.
The little falcons. Yeah,
The Helcons.
the little falcons.
Oh, that's pretty funny. The Noblar Falcons of the universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good one. All right. Switching up my color.
See, it's very easy to make jokes about the people that are not here.
You're right. It's my favorite thing to do. Only clown on the people who can't actually say anything back.
Yeah, they can't defend themselves.
It's a perfect strategy. An absolute perfect strategy. Okay. It's time, boys. We're ogreing out. We're going full butchery, the beast of butchery style. And, yeah, this is going to be wacky. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Oh, girl. Oh, wait. Hold on. We just did this map. Let's go to,
Hey, man, you're the map expert.
We already saw Stonehenge. I haven't seen Swamps of Sotek. See the altar. Let's go. I have not seen the Green Shrine at all, so we're gonna just take our chances here with the Green Shrine, okay? I have no clue what this map looks like. Actually, wait, is this the one that has the two... Never mind, I think I know what this map is. I think I know what that one is. So I think we'll... No, but the Hidden Trees sounds rough. And the river sounds like it's dangerous. Could be bugged. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go... Rifts are World Edge. Rifts are World Edge. It's a classic map. Can't go wrong with it. Cannot go wrong. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about this matchup either, man. I don't know what the I don't know what's going on in the old ogre Zinch world.
Yeah, man. It's like probably like you hired the Ogre Wagner group or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Servant of them all.
Yep. Servant of them all. Actually, I don't even know.
No, Servants
Okay,
of the
good.
Changer.
I ain't no
Not
gobbo.
them all.
For a second, I was like, wait, did I not even do the minimum army limit or whatever?
Take it
But I
all.
did. I did.
Noblars! When supper!
You guys-
Why do they say You're one of those. Dude, they're like giant penises on the map.
Oh yeah, so this map's pretty wacky. It has like a bunch of, or not on that
Giant
side.
penises. Yeah.
Yeah. One could say giant penises. I guess that's fair. But especially if you look over at this one by your spawn,
Holy shit.
like
That's a
absolutely
fucking
disgusting.
giant dick.
Man, this is a dick, bro. This is pretty. I don't know what you have under your pants, but this would be terrifying.
Bro's packing.
Bro, yeah, bro is packing. Dog's packing. Alright. Very nice, very nice. Temple. He has a very cool map. I like this map a lot. Okay.
I don't know, man. Can we switch? I want your side. This is kind of weirding me out.
No. You have to stay. No.
Born-fed cavalry! Crush her!
Yes, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Because the Chaos Warrior mutation is a gift.
Exactly. Embrace the Earth Father's gifts.
Ogres!
Don't shit on them. Don't shit on them.
Blade belchers!
Actually, yeah. probably.
Servants of the Changer.
Blade belchers! Bring us meat!
Ugh.
The
I'm ready.
more call.
I'm about ready.
Okay, I'm not on the bay ogres. Oh, what happened there?
The Moors, children,
Dude,
stand together.
what the fuck is that?
What is what?
There's a giant fucking snail. What the fuck?
Yeah, suffered. While you're distracted by the snail, I've readied up. Cool.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, whatever, bro. But it's a snail.
This is a giant snail there.
Off we go. Crush,
Zoom.
cook, consume
Let's just
the
zoom
meat
forward.
of all that
These
is
guys
not
can
ours.
chill. These guys can
Double
chill.
Iron Blaster. You know, when I stopped playing, that was the meta. Dirty meta slave.
So that was the exactly.
Dude, the snail exploded again. Holy shit. So this map is just there to kill Voidlow's PC, isn't it?
Crush 'em.
Well, you know it's true.
When do we
You know, it doesn't.
It's just blow up his PC.
biggest in the tribe?
Come on, catch him, catch him, catch him, catch him. Do they have Strider? No, they don't. Yes, catch him. Die.
Wait, what are we catching? Oh, hey. Not cool.
Looking for me,
Yeah, suffer, suffer.
ogres. Ogres.
Actually, I kind of do want those knights gone, man.
Persian.
Meal time.
Okay, so one of those guys are getting torn up by the saber test pack. Lovely. You,
Blood belchers. Thundering fall. When do we eat? Crunch their skulls. Where's me master? Where's the meat? Let's go, boys. Eat 'em. Bring us meat.
should have gotten a little like explosion spell just to
Hungry.
mess with him.
When supper? Biggest in the tribe. Take it all. When do we eat? Consider it done.
It seems like I have to rush again.
Hungry.
Oh, you summoned Chaos Spawn, foul creature. Foul
The
creature.
slaughterer. Full-fed cavalry. Thundering fall. The more that walks.
I don't know what I'm playing, dude. Whatever.
Yeah, suffer.
Take it all. Ready.
These guys get some good charge in.
Follow the Moor's call.
These guys are going crazy. You're making it out. These guys are going, unfortunately. But what's good about this is that nope.
When do we eat?
Is that I'm getting some pics on your stuff. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Rush on. Follow the Moor's call.
My dog is going crazy. Holy crap.
Rampage this way.
Have to run back with a Cav. Some shots off on the. Oh, that's not good. Come on. Oh, take the shots. What do I guess we can shoot. We'll get the dogs.
Bye, Overlord.
Shoot you.
Goodbye, Scrag.
Scrag is getting shot up pretty good, unfortunately. Keep mismicroing these guys, please.
Looking for me. Get it done. Guts out,
Send
boys.
over there, then
Killing time. Killing time.
A little 360 no scope.
Smell ya.
360.
There, that's Scrag gone. Back on the cannon.
Tribe on the move.
Now I could go for the other cannon.
Oh no, don't go for my cannons.
Just use the AFK units, Blackjack.
On it! Follow the Morse code! Take it
Blackjack, my
all!
old Total War alter ego.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Hungry! Let Belcher!
Nani?
Here we go! Guts out,
Well, it looks
boys!
like my little kitey build is coming to a little kitey end here.
Let Belcher!
For Unbridled Chaos, dude.
All fan cavalry!
The chaos is too potent for
Bring
me.
us me! Crush her!
That guy. That guy.
Here.
Crunch their skull!
Run that guy down. Charge that
All
guy.
fan cavalry!
Yeah.
Guts out, boys!
Oh, this guy's, yeah. Well, what I get from playing in cinematic mode?
Westward!
3. But I want to get
Yeah,
used to
I haven't played in a year. Whatever, dude.
it.
I'd start naming our disadvantages right as we're losing.
Oh, dude. No, if you saw me, you'd just see me, like, slowly turning around the, like, game as it, like, cinematically catches me not microing anybody.
Biggest in the tribe!
Hey,
Killing time!
the cinematic camera is your problem, dude.
That is a fact. It is my problem.
My problem is potato micro.
Cavalry!
Oh, Jesus.
Cavalry!
I just want my passive to go up, but none of your stuff was, like, routing technically.
Crush them!
Yeah. No.
Find the mill!
Ooh, that was a nice little army ability.
It does something now, it seems.
I think this is over.
Meal time! On it! Thundering fall! Ogres!
Right. Can the Red Belchers carry this game by
know what,
themselves?
I'm just gonna look at penises now.
All fan cavalry!
Can they get away? Can they get away?
Pagoda! Munch you! Looking
Nah, man, like my guy on his disability scooter is here, and
Dude, your little disc man was going crazy.
Let Belcher! Off we go!
still has paid for himself though, so it's balanced.
It's balanced.
Leg it!
No, he did really well. Pressured swag. Pressured scrag and artillery. I brought a pretty ridiculous build. Did not have the micro for it. Would want to go like this, but that's horrible. God, the tactical map is so, like, not it. I know some people can actually play with it, and I'm just like, oh, Jesus.
Follow the Morse code!
I'm like, oh, God. Oh, there's a screen blocker happening. That was such a goofy game. Okay, well, nobody. I think everybody stopped watching after that. Alright, well, alrighty, boys. Was a good run. But, yeah, that screen blocker, up the last one, destroyed my, motivation to do anymore. But that'll be about it. For the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for Robane and some of my other buddies hopping on for like a little 2v2 and 1v1 action. It was good. But now I'm going to bounce. And tomorrow we will be streaming a tournament. Hopefully around like 11 a.m. BST. All right.
Without screen blockers.
Without no screen blockers ever. Never again will I ever use Italian Spartacus as a screen blocker. It was bad juju. I should have known from the beginning. But yeah, this game is pretty much just me trying to kite around with like ogre shenanigans. Did not end up in a dub. Say that much. Alrighty. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. And Rebane as well. Goji out.
Yeah, but good night.